Hello, everybody. We are live. Yep. I don't know. I wasn't there. Today is Thursday, June 4th, and it is 10:48 a.m. A little bit later start than I wanted to. Okay. So today I'm going to be covering pretty much predominantly three topics, and the first one is going to be about Adam 22 16 Graham Mason and his concubine, his wife, is divorcing him. Now, this hit the news. I don't like how this looks. This hit the news yesterday, like last night. Everybody and their mama was tagging me on Twitter. I know y'all want to know what my thoughts are on this. And guess what else? Exclusive court documents coming today. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's not really that exclusive, but I haven't seen anybody else reporting on the court documents. Hold on, I gotta fix this. I haven't seen anybody else reporting on the court documents. So I did buy them actually this morning, the court filings for divorce. Now, I do want to lead this episode off by saying I think that the divorce news and all that is like some type of a PR push. I don't think everything is, sorry, my hair. I was doing 1,000 things this morning. Thank you, Birmingham Leprechaun. The gasp, you gusped. I know, I know, I know. So there is, yes, last night TMZ put out this exclusive article about the Adam 22 16 Graham Mason getting divorced. I think it is some type of PR push. If I had to guess, that's just where I'm going to speculate this is going. But there are real papers filed in court, and I got them. I paid for them. I bought them, and so I'm going to share them with y'all now. Or today. The second topic I want to talk about has to do with the same realm of the demented area of the internet on No Jumper. We've been covering young Aunt Heffy over here on this channel, and guess what? He called into the No Jumper show and made all kinds of what I think are like confessions and admissions to being places. I mean, stuff that would normally need to be proven in court. Heffy just went ahead and admitted to it, which I think is stupid. But since he did so on a public platform, I'm going to be talking about that today as well, and about how and talking about how something just so simple and innocent sounding, something you might think is just, innocent, completely gives away the plot. Why does this keep doing this? I don't like what it looks like. Hold on. Okay. The third thing I want to talk about today is going to be, you might have heard, Rock Nation's CEO Desiree Perez is going to be able to get her grubby, grimy, disgusting, filthy paws on my cute and precious and sweet and innocent DM. So I went ahead and did her a favor and made them public anyway. That was on BJ Investigates. But, it really reminded me, oh yeah, there's that whole case going on over there. Let me start reading the court documents line by line. And so we're going to do a little segment on that. Yes, we are. The CEO of Rock Nation is still currently dealing with litigation from her own flesh and blood daughter. I mean, if you would tell me they were clones of each other, I might believe it. They look so much alike. But apparently, according to the daughter of the Rock Nation CEO, the Rock Nation CEO has been an abusive tyrant and has done all kinds of things unspeakable. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Yep, there's those messages, and guess what was in them? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. That crazy, you know what, thought that she was going to find some type of collusion. Bitch, baby, sweetie, honey, child, this ain't, you not dealing with the Blake Lively smear campaign over here, sweetheart. You ain't dealing with the Blake Lively smear campaign over here. I talk about what I want, when I want, how I want. Nobody can tell me what to talk about, and nobody can tell me what not to talk about, especially the likes of a stranger, especially for money. My track record does prove that. Okay, so, well, they're trying to silence me, but the only thing they're doing is making more people come over here and hear my voice. Anyway, yeah, I would be afraid of me too, because I deal in truth, I deal in justice. I don't deal in money changer activities. So they don't know how to speak my language. It's like they need a Rosetta Stone to figure out what's going on in my mind. Now, someone did say earlier up here, please cover the, hold on. Golly, y'all are saying some comments. Appreciate it. Thank you for the for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the live chats. K-pop till you drop said, please cover the bricks and minifigs and reckless Ben case. Okay, so if I didn't have all this breaking news to cover today, that's actually what I was going to do today. I was going to cover the bricks and minifizz, the bricks and minifigs versus reckless Ben case. And if y'all haven't been following that, don't worry about it because I will be covering it on this channel, and I'm going to basically start from the beginning. I do have the videos downloaded that the, I think, corrupt judge is trying to get taken down off the internet. Yes, except the Lord, right? The Lord can make me take things down and tell, yeah, the Lord is the one that tells me what to do. That's the only person who can tell me what to do. Anyway, okay, so I'm going, yes, it's the case about the Legos. Like basically somebody had, there's like this, excuse me, there's like this company where you can do consignment of certain things, including Legos and Lego sets, like rare Legos or Lego sets. And this company, they'll sell it. They get a percentage, you get a percentage, the end. Well, what had happened was this family, these two people, this, like, I think it was a grandpa and a grandson, or a dad and a son, they turned over for consignment a pretty valuable collection of Legos. I mean, Legos are worth a lot of money. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, and some of them can be anyway. Like one little Lego figurine can be like a little person, you know, a little Lego character, like a real Lego character, can be worth like more than $1,000. It's crazy, like certain rare ones and stuff. So there's like a really lucrative collector's market. And so this grandfather and grandson went and turned in their very expensive Legos collection to this store, trying to get them to sell it, and then they would, you know, get a percent, and they would get a percent or whatever. Well, somehow some way that Lego set ends up being disappeared. The people, the grandson and the grandpa, they're like, you know, we're going to use that money for something, college, cancer treatment, I don't know, something. We're starting from ground zero, okay? And then all of a sudden, basically, I mean, what's being reported is that the company pretty much stole this hundreds of thousands of dollar Lego collection. All hell breaks loose, and now the person or one of the people in charge or in the forefront of the campaign to expose the information is now getting sued for a RICO and all kind of stuff. He's in trouble with the cops. He's in trouble with the law. They arrested him. They interrogated him. It's a whole thing. Well, I was going to cover that today. I was going to cover that today, but I have some other stuff that I have to get into. So I will be covering the bricks, and I should be covering the bricks and minifigs situation. The plan is to do so on my next live show. It may be tomorrow. But yeah, they were saying it was like a $220,000 worth of the things. Now, what I will say before I get into the Aunt Heffy thing, I do want to kind of close the loop on this bricks and minifigs situation. A big aspect of the business model in this realm of these, you know, collector figurines and stuff is that the appraisal values are not like MSRP, right? It's not like, okay, let me send a diamond off to the GIA. There's one GIA or whatever. They'll do the appraisal. Or what, I guess that's not a bad example as well. Let me think of something that's like, you know, okay. If you drove a Tesla off the lot yesterday, the Tesla's worth that much. The insurance will insure it for that much, right? And these collectible items, until or unless you get it insured, it can kind of be up for debate what something can be worth, right? Like a 10, 15, 25, 40-year-old Lego piece, one collector might pay $1,000 for it. One collector might never be willing to do that. And so in a lot of ways, these valuations of these collections especially are speculative. So they are reporting that the Lego set was worth $220,000. I would imagine that if it and when it goes to court, the company is going to argue that it wasn't quite worth that much. They're probably going to say it was worth $150,000, whatever, you know what I mean? And then the family could say it was worth $200,000. And you see this even, you know, when you go into these places, you know, I have a collectible Lego figure. They say, oh, I'll give you $150 for it. No, it's going to sell online for $500. You got to give me $300 for whatever. You know what I mean? So the actual value of these, you know, it's like anything else, antiques or paintings. It kind of is just like however much somebody pays for it, that's the value, or is willing to. I will not be covering the Carmelo Anthony trial. I find it to be one of those topics sort of similar to Chud the Builder or Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, where everybody does seem to already have their mind made up. And for good reasons. I can understand why people have attachments to that case, emotional attachments, intellectual, legal, attachments to the case. For me, I am pretty much allergic to like having my speech restricted. And I notice that when I talk about these extremely hot button issues where everyone seems to have their mind made up on one side or another, let's just say for purposes of dialing down the temperature, Johnny Depp, Amber Heard. Everybody and their mama had decided what they had decided, their opinion on that case. And so it doesn't really leave a lot of room for someone like me. Like my personality is to kind of not even I'm not like trying to be in the middle all the time. Sometimes I definitely have an opinion strongly on one side of something, and sometimes it could even be kind of extreme compared to the average opinion. But I noticed this too with like the Kyle Rittenhouse case when it was going on. I do think that one has kind of like simmered down a little bit, so I can sort of say somewhat of my opinion a little bit on that case. But if you actually watched through that trial and watched the footage that someone, thank God, was on the scene gathering on their cell phone, in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, there is 100% likelihood that he would have died. He was going to get shot. He was going to die. If he didn't, at least, there 2 people died, I guess, that night, but, or he shot 2 people. One person that got shot, if I was sitting down in the spot Kyle Rittenhouse was sitting in, I would have shot him too. Because it was one of those situations where Kyle Rittenhouse is sitting on the ground. He's, like holding, yes, he was armed. Yes, he was armed. But he was also being attacked in a deadly force type of way, which was never reported on the news. I had to learn that by watching the trial. And by the time I realized it, the trial was basically almost over. And Kyle Rittenhouse isn't the most, and hadn't been painted out to be the most sympathetic character either. Why was a 17-year-old across state lines with his papa's gun, and why was he this, and why was he that? These cases, they have they're good questions. Why was he over there? That's a great question. He's 17 years old. The case was about unaliving, right? The case wasn't about racism. That wasn't what the case was about. The case was about, did he murder? Yes or no? Did he self-defense? Yes or no? But what ended up being the case was about was racism, was protests, was, turning the temperature up on a lot of the racial division in this country. And that's kind of like, I feel like a little bit of a repeat here with the Carmelo Anthony and, the situation with that is, people already have their mind made up. It's a very hot button political issue dealing with race, and I just don't want to wade through those waters at the moment. So no, I won't be covering that. But, hopefully justice is served one way or the other. So let's get into, not Aunt Heffy, let's get into the Adam22 16 grain Mason divorce that I think is probably fake and a big PR push. Okay, please, y'all. This is exactly, thank you, Fox Designs Jewelry. This right here, thank you so much for putting exactly the reason I'm not covering Carmelo Anthony. Because people already have their mind made up. I hate Kyle and everything about him. So where does that leave room for me to objectively discuss a legal proceeding? It just doesn't. And I'm not interested in all of this inflammatory rhetoric personally. I don't hate Kyle. I don't love Kyle. I don't dislike Kyle. I don't like Kyle. Because you want to know why? Because I don't know that child. That man, now he's a man. I don't know him. I don't know that man. I never met him. And I have no desire to really learn that much more about him. Same with Chud the Builder. Do I absolutely hate many of the things that he has said, that I've seen him say, now that I've learned who he even is? I didn't even know he existed the other day. Yelps, absolutely, absolutely despise and loathe and hate not only the words he's saying, but I believe the reason why he's saying them. I don't like that man at all whatsoever. But there are some interesting, from an intellectual legal standpoint, hiccups in the case. There's some interesting things, and I think that if he has a really good Mark Agnifilo type lawyer, he could get completely off. But when I say that, people have a knee-jerk reaction. They're ready to go shoot up a school or something. So I'm not saying that. I'm not covering it. I'm not covering it. Anyway, so let's get to talking about something that's a little less hot button over here. I think we can agree on more aspects of this, all of us in the chat. Something weird's going on, Adam2216, Gray Mason, and either this is a real divorce or something for PR, and in any event, neither one would surprise me. Because I've been saying for a long time, Lena the Plug is going to one day actually really turn on Adam2216, Gray Mason. She's going to say she's a victim. I've been saying this for a long time. She's going to say she's a victim. She's going to say she was forced to do certain things. She was coerced. She was drugged. She was this. She was that. I've been saying it. I've been predicting it. So this particular girl who cried wolf could be a fake divorce, but could be real. I mean, really, I don't know. I didn't talk to her about it. But this hit the news last night. Lena the Plug files for divorce from Adam22. And if you're just joining, hi, hello, hit that like on your way in. I do have the paperwork. I do have the paperwork for this divorce, and we're going to look at it a little bit later. Let me turn this on reader view. Lena the Plug. This is an exclusive from TMZ. They were reporting about this last night or yesterday evening, afternoon, about 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock in the afternoon over there on the West Coast. She's pulling the plug on her marriage with Adam2216 Gray Mason. TMZ has learned she filed the documents in LA County without a lawyer. Okay, so here's kind of like clue number one. It's not really that serious because she made these filings with no lawyer. Okay. And red flag, pink flag, whatever you want to call it, number two is she filed for divorce on her birthday. There's going to be more red flags, but just keep track here. Number one, she didn't have a lawyer help her file these things. Number two, she filed on her birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm getting a divorce from you. Okay. She wants legal custody and physical custody of their daughter, Parker. And this is in the documents we're going to look at in a moment. For those who don't know, the couple has had a podcast and an OF account. They shoot content, okay, it's one way to put it, with people outside their marriage, together and individually, and then they interview those people on the podcast called Plug Talk. Adam also hosts another popular podcast, No Jumper. That being said, in the documents, Lena says she does not have a job. She claims she doesn't have a job, and her only income is $3,000 a month in spousal support from Adam. How'd they come up with that figure? I don't know. Now, this is confusing to me because they have said many times that they go 50-50 on all their bills. So if she doesn't have a job, where does she get income from besides Adam2216 Gray Mason? He gives her $3,000 a month, and then from the $3,000 a month, she got to then turn around and give him money back. I've made videos about this before about how I think that that's not like real man behavior, but nothing he does is real man behavior, for being honest. I have thought before, like, why are you making your literal wife and mother of your children? Like, Adam's from a rich family. His daddy was friends with Bill Clinton and might still be. Like, they got money over there. Like, they're not like hurting. Okay. So I'm like, why is he making his wife pay half of the bills? Like, it's like 50, we go 50-50. When we're out at dinner, we go 50-50. Like, excuse me, what? Why? That is so weird to me. I don't get it. But she's saying in these court docs, Sean, no job. Of course, she's very successful on OF. She says but in the documents, she makes it sound like she has no control over that revenue. She says, I have no access to any financial resources in this marriage or actual financial information. So all of these amounts that I entered on this paperwork are estimates. She also says they have a $1.1 million entertainment studio, and she wants half of that in the divorce. Now, I do see somebody in here saying he tried to sell that building last year for $4.7 million. I think there's two buildings we're talking about here. One is actually a warehouse or whatever, downtown or whatever. That's where the No Jumper podcast is shot. But from what I remember, they also bought during, like, COVID era and all of that, a house, a second house that they're calling a podcast production studio or a corn production studio. And I think it was like Lena didn't want to like make the content in her house anymore or whatever. She wanted to, make the content for her podcast. She had a podcast for a few episodes, and she also would interview these like, OF types. and probably ones that they managed together. But remember, they had also this like management company. They were managing what's her name, Sky Bree or Bree Sky or whatever her name is. Um, so they do have ventures. I thought together. I mean, I never saw the business paperwork, but I think there's two. Basically, my point is, I think there's two. I think that there is the one where they do no jumper, and then the one where they do the corn and all of that. Thanks so much to O39D29 for the $4.99 super chat. In my opinion, it's a Lima Peru divorce. Starts off fake and then ends up real in the end. I don't understand what has a Lima Peru about, but girl, thank you for the $4.99. And I do think that she will eventually for real turn on him and will eventually for real make allegations against him that are going to be heinous. That's my opinion. That's my prediction. That's my speculation. That's my belief. That's not a fact. How could I know something in the future as a fact? Thank you to Chris Blessings. Chris Blessing 45 for becoming a new member. Thank you so much to All Paws Groomer Kimberly for being a member. For 1 month. Thank you to Hiker Mom for becoming a new member, and also O39029. I don't work for you. You seem to be very confused. Lives rent free in your head every day. Yup. I don't. All together. Work for you. You seem to be very confused. You not the boss of me. You seem to be very confused. If you think that, you better tell me what to do. Cause you're not, ooh baby boy, you must be so very confused. Everybody freaking out cause you escaped the zoo. There is something very wrong with you. Anyway, I wrote that a while back. And I don't work for you. That is your daily reminder. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Yep, that's my song. I don't work for you. You seem to be very confused. Okay, so here's the article. We're back to that. They got married in 2023. In the documents, she lists their date of separation as April 15th. So this is red flag number 3. Not only did she file for this divorce on her birthday, she claims in the paperwork that they got officially decided to start living, being separated on tax day. So again, is somebody trying to avoid some financial liability? They trying to split up their assets, protect their assets. There's no lawyer involved. I think that's kind of interesting. That being said, they're apparently still all about the money, because on Tuesday, day before yesterday, they co-posted promotional pics for a new podcast episode, and Lena liked and commented on it. So we reached out to Lena and Adam. So far, no word back. This was last night. And y'all clapping. Yep. Yep. So that was that. Let's see. This is okay. Lena has not publicly. So this came up last night. But now it's been community noted. So I'll show it to y'all. But take it with a grain of salt, because let me see if I can find it on my phone. She might have deleted it. But I found this last night. There was no community note on it. And it said, from Lena the Plug, honestly, should have known better before getting married to a cuck. I signed up for this. I knew this day would come. At least now I'll be free. This sicko got enough clicks and views from this marriage. No more. Taking some time off the internet. Please respect the privacy. So I assumed this was real, but now there's a community note. So let me see. Lena. Okay. So this does appear to be fake. Real-time fact check. Let me look. So I'm on her Instagram, Lena the Plug. There is a story listed here, but when you open it, it's just her and Jason Love. Remember the big, photo shoot. They did. Let me see. Hold on. I took some screenshots last night. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what I'll say is inconclusive. She may have posted this, she may have not. It does appear that, there is a screenshot uh from her, but then there's a community note. So I don't know if she said this or not. It's hard to tell these days. Anything could be anything could be fake. But anyway, so that was her apparent statement, and she's not the only one making statements if that statement is real at all, because Adam2216 Grand Mason, in true PR fashion, has also made a response, and we get that also a whole entire TMZ article written about it. So let me go to that. Okay, 16 hours ago. Adam2216 Grand Mason. I'm back on the market and my DMs are open, ladies. And he was saying black women should DM him. He isn't wallowing after Lena, the plug, filed for divorce because he's celebrating the split on social media like a man who's been set free. Okay, so this seems like Adam2216 Grand Mason's PR people are in touch with TMZ, or he's got the TMZ package. Shortly after TMZ broke the news that Lena filed to end their marriage, Adam hopped on Instagram and reposted an article about the divorce with a message aimed at potential new love interests. He says, quote, all black women who want to date me, please DM me. I will buy you a car. Adam doubled down moments later, posting a photo of a wall emblazoned with the word freedom. While Jay-Z's Girls, Girls, Girls played in the background, the carefree posts came as Lena is pursuing a divorce that could involve custody, child support, spousal support, or alimony, and a division of assets. As TMZ first reported, Lena filed divorce documents on June 1st. On her birthday, she is seeking legal and physical custody of their 5-year-old daughter. She also listed tax day as their date of separation. In the filing, she says she receives $3,000 a month from Adam, but she doesn't have access to their financial information, so many of the figures listed are estimates, including what she lists as a $1.1 million entertainment studio. The split marks the end of one of the internet's most unconventional marriages. Not so fast, TMZ. I don't think it marks the end of their marriage yet. I need to see the actual divorce go through first because I think this might be a PR stunt. The two built a lucrative business around their podcast and adult content empire, frequently creating content with other partners and discussing those experiences publicly. They are completely annihilating anything left of Western civilization and anything left of the morals and standards of the day, along with Bonnie Blue and, the rest of them. On Tuesday, they jointly promoted a new podcast. So, yesterday was the 3rd. Okay, so Monday she files for divorce. That's her birthday. Tuesday, the very next day, they're promoting a podcast together. And Lena even liked and commented on the post. As for Adam's personal life, judging by his Instagram stories, he's already accepting applications because he had said, black women, my DMs are open. Or look, all black women who want to date me, please DM me. I will buy you a car. Who bought Nova's car? I'm just curious. Was it she? She kind of acted like it was the TMZ package. She kind of acted like it was Mark Leta, though. He's a pig. I know he's nothing special when he has to bribe you. Right. Ew. Thank you so much. Whoa, hold on. Thank you so much to 039D29 for the $49.99 super sticker. Thank you. And thank you so much also very, very much to Kirsty, or is it Kirsty, for the $20 super chat. I really do be loving watching the karma effect in real time of the people messing with you. Listen, It's a curse. I don't even curse them. I don't even curse them. Be the Unicorn said, please, black women, stay away from this demon. I would agree. All women of all races probably need to stay away from him. And men and boys too, girl, because people go on that show and die. People go on that show and go to federal prison. Okay. So the usual suspects are weighing in. Let's see. Academics. DJ Academics responds. Oh, it's Academics TV. So I don't think this is actually Academics. I think this is somebody runs this account. But he reshared the TMZ article. Lena, what is that? What that is? No, just the news. Lena the Plug has filed for divorce. She's asking for legal and physical custody. This was where Adam had said, all black women who want to date me, please DM me. And then this is the other post that he made. Freedom, it said. Now, I did find some pictures, though, on his stories. Like, I don't see anybody talking about these. Hold on. Let me pull these up. Give me a second. It was before the news broke. Adam was posting pictures. And I think it was, again, for PR, push for PR, whatever. But let me show y'all what he had posted. Oh my God. Oh, he must be broke, y'all. This must be a PR push for money because he also started doing cameos again. I guess he needs money. And then he posted this picture of Lena. And this is all before the news broke through TMZ. He posted a picture of Aunt Heffy, free Aunt Heffy on his... I'm going to show y'all. I'm just getting these pictures together. He just made a kick. Y'all, is the man manic or he's broke? Does he owe somebody money? Okay, let me just pull these up. Okay, so yesterday, before the news broke, he posted this post for one. Sorry, I have like 1,000 tabs open. This is one of the posts he posted yesterday before the news broke. Or it might have been actually the day before yesterday. Cameo just came back. You can click his Cameo. After 10 years, I'm back on Cameo. Okay, so like I said, is he broke? Does he need money? Like, is it that bad? Is it that serious? Then, shortly after he posted that one yesterday, he posts, like 2 hours later, he posts this one. It's a picture of Lena the Plug, his wife, who's now filed for divorce. Now, when he posted this, she had already filed for divorce, okay? But it wasn't news yet. So it's Lena the Plug in the bed with a cat, and it says, still missing you. Okay, this is before the news of the divorce broke. So, okay, interesting. Still missing you. What else did he post on his stories other than this freedom and this other crap? Who wants a cameo from him is a great question. Not me. He might have something going on legally because he is so awful. Could be. I think a lot of people's midnight crossroads deals are coming due right now. Then he also posted this. I'll pull it up and show y'all. Something wrong with him. This is our next topic, but I'll show y'all a preview here. This is Aunt Heffy with a eagle. It appears like it might be a real one, just based on how the claws are right there, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's not real. Anyway, I don't know. Free the eagle? No, don't free him because he is suspected of murder and apparently it's on camera. So let's just make sure real quick. Lena Moreland said, if this is real, Lena the Plug is about to clean him out. You spoke about it a long time ago. They just don't listen. They were too worried about you critiquing the show. They weren't listening to me and taking the hints. It's both real and they're photoshopped together. Okay, so he's in jail. Aunt Heffy is in jail, y'all. He is in jail. Okay, and then also Adam22 16 Gray Mason had posted this as well before the news broke. So it's almost like he was like reminiscing. Almost like he was like reminiscing on times past when he used to have a family and a life and, you know, a wife that loved him or whatever. But look, he said a different world. So he had posted that picture of Lena sleeping, still missing you. He had posted this picture, a different world, posted in the meantime, in the midst of that, free Aunt Heffy. And also, don't forget, he's advertising his new Cameo. But guess what else? Not just Cameo. He's got another new revenue stream coming through. And that one is the Kick. He gonna be going on Kick. He posts that too. Just made a Kick, and I will be streaming hella. Go subscribe and show some love. I promise it will be worth it. So yeah, I mean, the day before yesterday and yesterday he was tweeting about. I mean, he was sharing Instagram stories about different ways that he's planning to make money. He wants to do your happy birthday to your kids for Cameo. He wants to have you go subscribe to his Kick. He's also missing Lena the Plug, who is laying in a bed and reminiscing on days gone past with his wife, Lena the Plug, who's trying to get a divorce from him. And in the meantime, also saying free Aunt Heffy and posted a weird picture with an eagle and Aunt Heffy. So that's very, very weird. Thanks so much to 039 D29 for the $4.99 super chat. I'll leave you alone after this, but maybe she needs to marry Aunt so she doesn't have to testify against him. I don't think the spousal privilege applies before you're married when you're married to somebody else. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you for the $4.99. Yeah, no, Kick is like a different type of thing, like YouTube or whatever, like a streaming platform. Okay, so who else? Okay, so Myron Gaines, who I also believe is a Fed, he admits that he used to be a Fed, and I don't really think that there is any such thing as a retired Fed. I think they always have to be a Fed. So anyway, I don't get it though. Like he tweeted this, but I don't understand it. He says the red pill is undefeated. I don't get it. Like what? I know Myron Gaines like a red pill guy or whatever, and I know red pill is like, you know, like a Matrix reference and all of that, but like Lena the Plug is the one that filed for the divorce. So I don't really get it personally. But anyway, I wanted to share that with y'all. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. What does that mean? The red pill academics. We already read that one. Okay, then there's an Adam responds. This might be clickbait roll. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, we're not gonna even listen to that. Okay, so like there's this actually like this pandemic going across Twitter of like these accounts making like taking clips of Adam, taking clips of Lena, taking clips of interviews they've done together and being like, this is the real reason they got divorced. But it's not, and it's just, I don't know, clip farming or something. I'm not really sure. Okay, so now let's go to the actual court document paperwork that I was able to get from the court this morning, the LA court. I did have to pay about $30 for all these combined. I have several court documents. I need to edit out something real quick. I don't want to show anybody's home address, so let me just do this real quick. This redaction here. Okay. So in no particular order, I'm just going in the order that they are saved here. This is what is this? Family law case cover sheet. This is a cover sheet. This is a cover sheet. I agree to, oh wait, hold on. Let me edit her email out here. All right. Oh, kick and kick. One is K-I-K, one is K-I-C-K. Got it. Okay, so back to this cover sheet. This is not one of the more substantive documents of the divorce. But this is just I downloaded all the documents that there are, or pretty much all the documents that there are, and I wanted to go through all of them. Thank you, September Timber, for the $5 super chat. They call Jeffe alter ego because he said that instead of alter ego. Jeffe makes up words like pedal stool instead of pedestal. Poor thing, bless his heart. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Sasha Medea, what is that? Okay. Like I said, no particular order. This is the cover sheet. I know okay, that's the courthouse. All right, so I agreed to accept information electronically from the court. Date of separation, she put as tax day. That's one of those red flags. Are there minor children? Yes. Do you need an interpreter? No. Are you trying to nullify, dissolve, or separate? She said, I'm trying to get a divorce with minor children from a marriage. Central District. She filed it on June 1st. And as you can see here, Lena Nersessian. Now, she never did change her name to Grand Mason. And I wonder if that's because this marriage was always a big fake PR stunt to cover up the activities they were doing, like, I don't know, trying to sign 18-year-old girls to make money off of their sexual content on Only F. I don't know. It's just possible. I don't know. These are things I wonder. These are things I wonder. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to be pulling up here is a declaration. I'm having to redact this like in real time here. This is one of the other filings that Lena filed, again with no lawyer, by herself, self-represented. This is the property declaration. Okay, so let's see. Separate property. So she's basically, I think she is talking about the property she owns herself, separate property. Real estate, none. And as you can see, you can follow across $0. Furniture, furnishings, appliances, none. Now, there's going to be another one of these documents, Selena versus Adam. There's going to be another declaration of property that's joint property. But this what we're looking at right here is the separate property that you need to account for. How much jewelry did you have before the marriage? This is like that type of stuff. Vehicles, boats, this separate property, savings accounts, none. 0 on everything. 0. Cash, her own separate cash, tax refund, life insurance, none. Stocks, bonds, retirements, pensions, none. Profit sharing, none. Accounts receivable, none. Partnership, businesses, none. Other assets, none. Now, this is all just the separate property. Apparently, she has no student loans. She owes no taxes. Support, anything in arrears. Does he owe any support? Does anybody owe any support to him or her? No. No loans, no credit cards, no other debt. So $0.00 in separate property. And again, whoever said it earlier, if this is real, she finna clean him out. Because she's saying nothing's mine. It's all ours. Okay, so now I want to pull up the next document on this list. Again, no particular order. The next one here is the child custody application. Sorry, I'm redacting again. Okay, so here's the thing about the child custody. Arrears is crazy when talking about these two. Girl didn't have no savings and no retirement. Sounds like it. Okay, so here is the child custody declaration. Oh, no. The declaration under the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act. Parker, Grand Mason, that's the one kid. Lena, the plug, is the mom. Hold on, I gotta, wait. Yeah, hold on. I gotta redact. Okay. Lena versus Adam. Do you know of any person? Oh, do you know of any person who is not a party to these proceedings who has physical custody or has claims to the rights of physical custody or visitation? No. Number of pages, none. And see, it's very like it's very scarce, very scant. Golly, I should have gone through this before and taken her address out. I didn't realize she put it so many places. I know Lena the Plug is such a bad look. Yeah, no, it's going to be very hard for both of them in this divorce, in these divorce proceedings, because normally S work and stuff like that would be held against a woman and a mother, but in this case, they were doing it together. Like, and I'm not saying I would hold it against them. I'm just, I mean, can we talk about reality or no? We're still not able to do that. Grand Mason is his real last name. No, Grand Mason is his real last name. That's real. That's his real last name. I mean, it's spelled Maison, but it's Mason, Grand Mason. Y'all, it's so bad. Like, it's been so disgusting and deplorable over the years. Like, when this child, who's now 5 years old, was first born, I think it was her first year on Earth. She was still breastfeeding, and for Halloween they dressed like Elmo and Bert or whatever, like Sesame Street characters. And Lena the Plug, she has 2 Instagrams. She has one now called Lena the Mom, but a big reason for her now having this Lena the Mom account is specifically because of the story I'm telling y'all right now. She posted a picture on Lena the Plug, which was like basically an S work Instagram account, which whatever, you're allowed, people are allowed to do that. Y'all don't have to look at it if you don't like it. I don't have to look at it if I don't like it. But she basically had this Lena the Plug Instagram account where she would like advertise her content, her OF content, her different things, Telegram, this, that, the other. Well, on that Instagram account, she posted a picture of herself breastfeeding the baby more than once. But one time it was like uncensored, unedited. And it was so infuriating to me because it was one of those cases where it's like people just don't understand nuance. People were criticizing her, obviously, and Adam, because both of them were in this picture and they're breastfeeding the baby. It's not, and people are like, what y'all need to learn, breastfeeding is natural. Breastfeeding is normal and natural. And if you SULize it, you're the pervert. Bitch. 2 pictures over, she had her ass out bouncing on a you-know-what. The whole account was suggestive pictures, to put it mildly. And then there's a picture of her, like, the whole, people went to that account to see her in SUL positions. People went to the account. It was called the freaking account was called Lena the Plug. That is her corn name. Hello. You got to pay attention to context. Hello. She was all but, and Adam were all but inviting people to SULize their child. Now, she now has this Lena the Mom. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. And nobody sent any hate or anything that anybody mentioned in this video. This is just me talking about public figures and reporting on matters of public concern. But yeah, just disgusting and deplorable if you ask me. And that's kind of the thing here too. It's like, even if this divorce is fake, the divorce is real, the divorce is a PR push, like, I'm just wondering, was the marriage ever real? Because what do these 2 people do that's like a marriage? They don't share finances. They don't share bank account information. They split the bills down the middle. They cheat on each other. Or is it not cheating because they record it on camera and sell it for profit? They have relations with other people on camera and sell it for profit. At what point ever have these people actually acted like they were really married? To me, it seems like both of them wanted to pimp out a few people on OnlyFans. They got together as a couple, and it was like a Jeffrey and Ghislaine. I mean, that's not a fact. It's an opinion, but was there ever anything that indicated to anybody in this chat that there was love between these two individuals? Because never indicated to me that they actually even liked each other. It doesn't seem like they respect each other. It doesn't seem like they even like each other. I'm not sure they're even attracted to each other. It seems more like it's always been a business partnership. That's just my opinion. So now they can have a fake divorce to go along with their fake marriage, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, this is the child custody document. And I do think if one of them needs custody over the other, it's probably Lena. But I'm not sure how fit either one of these imbeciles is to be parents or to have custody. Okay, let's move to the next document. This one is another declaration, and this one is about community property. So we talked about the separate property, and there was $0, zero down across the board, zeros across the board as far as the eye could see. Let me just cover her address. Okay. Okay, so this is the entertainment studio. Okay, so as you can see here, Lena versus Adam, petitioner, that's Lena's community and quasi-community property. Now, first of all, she does the real estate. Okay, and this was apparently acquired on June 22nd, 2022, and she's claiming that the amount that it is worth is $1,152,000, and she wants to be awarded half of that, which would be a little bit over $500,000. There's also some furniture that I guess Adam acquired in the year 2000 that's worth $50,000. Jewelry, I would expect them to have more than $20,000 worth of jewelry combined. That seems a little bit low. They have no vehicles, boats, or trailers. That also seems a little unbelievable to me. What I'm starting to wonder is, does Adam or do one of them have businesses that they hold, they have trust or something like that? I'm not exactly sure. I don't believe that Adam and Lena together don't even own one vehicle. But maybe they rent the vehicles. Maybe they lease vehicles. Could be. Now, there is a savings account from 2010 that apparently has $100,000 in it. A checking account with $5,000 in it. I'm looking at any other populated. Okay. So here are the valuations of the assets. All right. So again, when I saw that she claimed the separation date was April 15th, and that's tax day, and they're continuing to carry on as if they're still going to be doing podcasts together. He's posting, I miss you, and black women contact me. It just kind of seems like they're trying to finagle some stuff around for money purposes. Like, is the chickens coming home to roost on some of these lawsuits that have been filed against No Jumper? I just need to know. The Jay Reid lawsuit. Okay, interesting. That's exactly, Yada, thank you. That's exactly the tree I was trying to bark up. Because I was looking at the other lawsuit they have going on right now. What's his name? Sealer? Elben Sieber, whatever his name was. And that one references the Jay Reid lawsuit. There's Reed Smith is involved too, interestingly. So I was thinking maybe we could look at that lawsuit if need be. But I feel like they're trying to protect assets or trying to make money. It's something to do with money. This divorce thing is something to do with PR, money. That's just my feeling. That's a psychic vision from the mothership. That's not fact, okay? But she is valuating these assets, and she is so funny for this because this is very shady to me. Podcast No Jumper apparently started in 2012. She's valuing the whole entire podcast at $20,000. That's how much the podcast is worth to her. $20,000. Ooh, the gross fair market value of the whole platform is $20,000. She also placed a valuation for the podcast they have together, which is Plug Talk. That's the one where they do, things unspeakable with degenerated and sometimes not quite as degenerated. Sometimes, poor, young, vulnerable, and sometimes, perfectly willing participants. But they do like on camera relations, like with the husband and the wife, and then somebody else. And again, this has always seemed to me like a trafficking or a pimping type of situation that has been, the blow of which has been softened, no pun intended, by them being married. What? It's my wife, or it's my girlfriend. Also, who wants to be having a relation with Adam22 16 Grand Mason? That's disgusting. But if it's a 3 thing with his wife and she's there, it just kind of like, that's why there's always women involved in ficking situations. I'm not accusing anyone of a crime. I just want to be very clear. It just always has had that kind of like tinge to it to me. Like, Adam wants to be hooking up with people. Adam wants to be doing this stuff, but nobody wants to actually do anything with him. But if it's like, oh, my wife's so hot, come do something with both of us. It's like, oh, his wife's there. He didn't do anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of like a beard in a way. The marriage was just a business deal. People are saying Adam is planting, yada. Adam is the one planting these numbers for future use in this lawsuit. Could be, but I think it actually just makes it look disingenuous, because we can actually just look with our eyes on how many views, for example, Lena the Plug's social media accounts all get, and it's way, way less than No Jumper. Unless she also means OF, but her saying her OF is worth exactly the same as Plug Talk, and that is worth exactly the same as No Jumper, just seems disingenuous. Also, if Adam is trying to plant these numbers, he should have done so by having a professional evaluate these podcasts, because what Lena has said, she took all the wind out of those sails. She said, I don't even have access to the finances of our marriage. I don't know how much this stuff is worth. I'm just throwing numbers out there. So if this is something being done by Adam to plant these numbers out there, he's not doing a very good job. He didn't really think it through. But anyway, so apparently the valuation of their marriage assets as community property is about $1.3 million. I believe that is grossly low. I think they have many, many, many more assets. I think they have other companies. I think they have other corporations, but that's not being listed here. And she's kind of washing her hands of any liability for perjury by saying, I don't have access to the funds. I don't have access to the bank account. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The feds are on them and they're fake beefing with whack. Interesting. Okay. So that was the community property paperwork. Let me look at the declaration about the income and expenses. Okay, so this is another document that was filed in this case. Redacting her address again. Okay, so this is the income and expense declaration. I have completed high school or equivalent. She says yes. Number of years of college. She has a degree from USC. And that's the thing too, like Lena had other ways. Like she wanted to be, I think, a psychologist or something before she met Adam, and then he pulled her into this lifestyle, which she was an adult. She made choices, but I think he's about 9-10 years older than her last I checked, last I remember. Yeah, she went to USC. She graduated. I've talked about this before. She went to USC and graduated. Yes. Not she be fast and grown and thrust herself into the lifestyle. Yeah, no, I call her Lena because she reminds me of Lima. In the looks department, in the face. Before the, probably pre-plastic surgery on both of them, the eyebrows, the hair, stuff like that. Anyway, so she files this. What is this? Spousal support from this marriage. She claims she gets $3,000 a month. Maybe she's been getting that since April, like 2 months ago. I don't really know what that's about. I'm looking at these columns. They all say zero. All other real property is $1,152,000. Adam pays some of the household expenses and the child does not. Average monthly expenses, she has no idea because she's like, I don't know how much any of this stuff is. So this is also kind of this is kind of contradicting stuff that she had said previously, that they split everything down the middle. They share everything 50-50. That's not what she's saying in these official court filings. She's saying she doesn't pay the mortgage. Look, zero. Estimated expenses is $0 for rent, $0 interest, $0 for property taxes, $0 for health care, $0 for child care. So who pays all that? She pays nothing. That's what she reported here. My monthly expenses are $0 for everything: education, clothes, laundry, entertainment, auto expenses, transportation, insurance, savings, investment. Now, to remind you, she did fill these documents out all by herself, so maybe she filled them out wrong. I do not have health insurance through my job. She said, I have one child under the age of 18. I want Parker to spend 90% of her time with me and only 10%. That's cold. She said Adam only needs to be around that child every 9 days. Well, out of every 9 days, on just 1 day. 90% of her time, my child will want her with me, Lena is saying. And that is that document. So now I want to get to the most substantive document of the divorce filings, and that is the petition for divorce. Now, this is the one where TMZ had gotten that information about, the $3,000 and the I don't have a job and I don't have access to the info and the blah, blah, blah and the da, da, da. So let me put that up here. The whole No Jumper podcast is worth $20,000. I'm dead, Heather said. Thank you for the $25. And girl, a few more thousand and you could have basically funded me the whole No Jumper podcast. That thing is worth obviously more than $20,000. And it's obviously not worth the same as Plug Talk. Those things are worth different things. $20,000? Girl. Thank you for that $25. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to Katie for the $5 super chat. Hit the like for the beautiful, brilliant cousin. Like Heffy says, it don't cost nothing to press that button. Don't cost nothing to press that button. And he don't care about nothing but what the checks say. So run the likes up. Thank you for the $5. Okay, so this is the petition, the actual petition for divorce filed by Lena against her husband, Adam22 16 Grand Mason. This is interesting. She didn't even click "we are married" for a legal relationship. And this is interesting to me because I've always kind of wondered, are they legally married or did they just go to Italy and have a little ceremony for the gram? Like, she didn't change her name. And now she's filing for divorce and she didn't even click the box that said that legally they are married. So, these are just questions I wonder. Not everybody that gets married legally changes their name, by the way. I know that. They got married on May 18th, 2023. So they didn't even last 3 years. Date of separation was on tax day this year. Time, date of marriage to date of separation, 2 years, 10 months. She lists their child. She wants divorce based on irreconcilable differences. Is it irreconcilable tax benefit differences or what? She wants legal custody and she wants physical custody and she just wants Adam to only have visitation. She wants alimony. She is going to want spousal and or domestic partner support. And she doesn't want the court to be able to award any money to him. Okay, so look at this little typed in section right here. She says she wants permission to require Adam to disclose all property owned, to disclose or to tell to file in court all of his income and expenses, and she wants the court to compel Adam to obtain appraisals for intangible assets. She wants these things to be appraised. Social media accounts and podcasts, all right? So she's asking the court to order third parties get estimations of these appraisals. So the $20,000, she's saying, I guess $20,000, but I think that he should be ordered to go and pay experts to tell us how much these things are worth. I'm requesting further for the court to compel Adam to pay for divorce mediation and representation. Oh, girl. She wants Adam to be forced to pay for her lawyers. This is like a Britney Spears situation. Adam's going to be paying for the lawyers against him and the lawyers for him. She said, I have no access to any financial resources in this marriage or actual financial information. Somebody said, does this mean Adam been lying to her? I don't know. She said, all amounts I enter are estimates. Thank you for your consideration. Once more, this is her full paragraph here. She wants permission to require Adam to disclose all property owned, all income and expenses. She also wants an order to compel Adam to obtain appraisals for the podcasts and the social media accounts. She wants the court to compel Adam22 to pay for divorce mediation and for her divorce lawyer. She said, I don't have no access to no money at all in this marriage or actual financial information. So all amounts that I enter are estimates. Declaration, we already read that. Determine rights to community and quasi-community assets and debts. All such assets and debts are listed. So we read that. There's her signature. She also, not only does she want spousal support, she wants her lawyers paid for. She wants her mediation paid for. And she wants full custody and legal and physical custody. Visitation is all and look, that's nice she's even saying that. Some people say no visitation. Unless specifically ordered, a child's holiday schedule has priority over regular parenting time. Reasonable right of parenting time to the party without physical custody, not appropriate in cases involving domestic violence. Okay, so she basically says, I want reasonable right of parenting. He should get reasonable rights to visitation. And this is basically her saying there hasn't been any domestic violence. Look at the bold in the parentheses. It says not appropriate. Don't check this box. In cases involving domestic violence. Well, she did check the box. So this to me seems to be implying this doesn't have to do with any type of domestic violence. Not that anybody was implying that it did, but I found that to be interesting. I'm just scrolling through to see if any other boxes are checked, and they're not. So this basically whole entire TMZ article that we got was from this paragraph right here. And man, she really is throwing the book at him. She wants him to have to disclose everything he owns, all of his income, all of his expenses, and to get, he should have to, she wants the court to order appraisals of the podcasts. She wants, this is California, she wants him to have to pay for her lawyers, pay for mediation and all that. Now, those filings were all made on June 1st. But yesterday, something else hit the docket. And it was, what it appears to me to be, is the court ordering what Lena had asked for, the financial appraisal. So let me show y'all that. Court order. Again, this was filed yesterday, June 3rd. Court order to share financial information for divorce, legal separation, or nullity cases. The court orders that both spouses, so not just not just Adam, Lena too, they must comply with the duty to share financial information with each other. The duty to share financial information includes exchanging financial statements, valuations. So she's going to get that No Jumper podcast valuation, and important facts, and to access records about all current income and expenses and all community and separate property. Both parties have the duty to disclose all material information. If you have greater access to certain info than the other spouse, you must provide the information to the other spouse. Wow. Follow the instructions to disclose. The petitioner has 60 days. Okay, so the clock has started. The clock started on Monday, and she has 2 months after filing to complete the PDD, which is the preliminary declaration of disclosure, and have the other spouse served. So Adam, I don't even know if he's been served. Then Adam has 60 days after filing the response. This could go on for months before he has to actually disclose this information. The exception is you and the spouse can decide to extend the deadline if you agree in writing or get permission from the court. So this is probably going to drag out for quite a few months. What information must be shared? You have to provide the other spouse all important information regarding the existence, characterization, and valuation of all community and separate property, assets, and debts. You must provide access to all information, records, and books that pertain to the value and character of assets and debts. So again, this is probably something to do with having to get these things valued. I mean, maybe it's a real divorce, but I don't know why you need a real divorce from a fake marriage. But I mean, when I say fake marriage, I just mean I think it was always kind of like a big PR stunt. That's not to say I think they didn't actually get married, but they might not have. Okay. Fill out the blanks. If you're asking for child custody orders or visitation, come up with a written parenting plan or do the Our Children First program at the court. Go to all family court service appointments. You must get there on time or they're going to tell the court you disobeyed a court order. If anyone besides a grandparent says they have the right to custody or visitation to your child, you must add their name to the court papers. Shelley Kaufman is the judge on the case. Okay, so that just came down yesterday. So not only does Adam have to, get all the thing evaluated and all that, everyone has to get their stuff valued for this, okay? I don't know if they got married in California. The thing is, their ceremony was in Italy. That's what I'm trying to say. Did they ever get officially married on paper, for real? They have a marriage certificate and a marriage license, and they actually got married? I feel bad for their kid, too, poor thing, and it looks like it's dad. I hope that she grows out of that. Does common law apply if not married? It does look like California did have on those paperwork, filings, it does look like they did have parts for community common law marriage. But yeah, anyway, okay, so let me see if anything else happened on that. That was pretty much the news. Hold on. Oh my. Lena Adam22 16 grand Mason issues strong statement as he celebrates Lena the Plug divorce filing. She cited irreconcilable differences. I have no access to any financial resources, she said. Shortly after the news broke, Adam took to Instagram and appeared to be very happy with the end of their seemingly very open relationship. Freedom, he said. The filing marks the end of their open relationship dynamic. It really doesn't. Oh, sorry. It really doesn't mark the end of their seeming open relationship dynamic. What has changed? They're still doing podcasts together. Things took a turn when Jason Love said after one of the shoots he was obviously better than Adam. I'm pretty sure it probably felt different for her. Love is in the mix. In January, they took part in it just all seems like it's, I mean, this poor girl, like, I do think to some extent she's totally been in on it, like all the PR and stuff, but it's just like, when she met him, she was like drastically younger than him. And I do think and he was kind of already famous and stuff. Like, she didn't have to take the steps she took in her life. And I'm not even just talking about the S work. I'm just talking about making a complete and total mockery out of every aspect of her life. Okay. So, in this same universe, we need to talk about Aunt Heffy. We need to talk about Aunt Heffy. All right. Y'all know he's in jail right now. He did get locked up. And it's for murder. He's innocent until proven guilty. But he called into the No Jumper podcast the other day. Day before yesterday, I think it was. And he made all kind of basically confessions to stuff. If you missed my most recent video about him, I talked about this paperwork that has now been surfacing thanks to Street TV. And in this paperwork, it basically says like Aunt Heffy is pretty much the ringleader of like getting this guy beat up. It was like felony murder. The guy ended up never getting up out of the parking lot. He died there. Some stuff got taken out of his truck or his SUV or whatever. And all hell has done broke loose since. Well, before all of that happened, as y'all know, there was all kind of theories going around. Oh, God, why'd he get picked up? Why'd he get arrested? Oh, it was murder. Oh, my God, felony murder. Some people were saying, oh, maybe he was just a driver, a getaway driver. Some people were saying that it wasn't fair. He got arrested. He might have just been there on the scene. Then people were saying it had to do with some stuff that happened at a taco truck. Other people were saying it had to do with Big U, like another notorious gang leader's son getting shot. I mean, all kinds of allegations came out and were being, made. But come to find out, none of that stuff seemed to have anything to do with this. This was an issue that happened in a laundromat parking lot. And Aunt Heffy, we've been waiting. He has a court date tomorrow. Let me show y'all his file here on the inmate tracker. Okay. So his bail's over $2 million. But look what it says right here. Permanent housing assigned on the 2nd. Okay, look. Next court date, June 5th. That's tomorrow. Today's the 4th. All right. What's the next court date about? I don't know. I think it could be a bail hearing. I think he already had his preliminary hearing where he pled not guilty. But I did order the transcript from the hearing they had on May 22nd. Hopefully, I'll be able to get a little bit of information once I get that. I'm in the process still of trying to get the transcript from the first hearing, which was the 21st. I'm not having as much luck with that. I think it might have been a different court reporter, but I'll keep y'all informed. So he has another court date tomorrow, but he done called into the No Jumper, and I call it Fed Jumper for a reason, because they got to stop with all the self-snitching. Like my Uncle Bruce Rivers, criminal lawyer, said, they have got to stop. They have got to stop self-freaking snitching. And look, me and Heffy, we don't really get along. He's called me everything but a child of God, and I think he's deplorable. However, this is just should be a criminal case of self-snitching. So let's hear it.
What's the deal, fool?
Happy!
You know what day it is?
What's the word?
All right. Can y'all hear it? I've tried something new with my I tried something new with my audio today, so I don't know if it's working or not. Can y'all hear it? So there's a large portion. So this is a clip what we're looking at from No Jumper Clips. Aunt Heffy speaks on his murder case and goes off on J Hood. I guess this is J Hood. Whoever that is. Really, honestly, I could not care any less. But oh, it's very loud compared to me. Okay, let me turn it down some. Okay. I might have to turn me up though. So if y'all have me turned, I'll talk a little quiet right now, but y'all might have to recalibrate. Okay. Please, y'all, I understand like you have opinions and stuff. Please watch your tone. Don't like cross over into telling me what to do because I will turn this microphone all the way down. I do not care. Okay, so don't come at me with your explanation points. Remember who you're talking to and all that. Okay. So that being said, this is a clip. Now, half the clip or more, he's arguing and fighting with this dude. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on the arguing and the fighting with this dude. I'm trying to fast forward through that because I want to get to the part where Aunt Heffy talks about the arrest.
Shit, Lush, Spotty, J Hood, Vel just went viral for spanking somebody. Adam, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling and shit, running through the donuts. What's the deal?
You said who in there?
The whole Tuesday squad plus Vel and Flock 2 Ball.
Yeah, Flock 2 Ball, J Hood, Vel, the usual suspects.
Okay. Yeah, man, I've been hearing a lot of man.
Oh.
First and foremost, you know what I'm saying? What's happening, Lush, man? Salute, man.
Salute my brother Ant. Love you, dog. Come on, man.
Salute, bro. Salute.
Yeah, what's going on, Hefe?
Free you fast, bro. Free you fast.
What's happening, Adam?
How you living, dog?
I'm good, bro. Hey, yeah, J Hood, man, you up there trying to be messy, bro?
Be messy.
Okay, so I'll just give y'all a rundown of the fight. It's not a fight, argument. J Hood apparently has gone out of his way to not talk about Aunt Heffy, but Aunt Heffy jumps down his throat and he's like, "You been messy?"
What?
Yeah, messy with my name, bro. Like speaking on my name, like you know what's going on with me.
I ain't never said nothing about you, fool. I'm the only nigga who ain't never said nothing about you, but we ain't. You got my number, fool.
Look at his face.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap in, bro, but like on the internet, like, bro.
I'm the only who ain't covered your case, nigga. I'm the only who ain't said nothing about your case.
Yeah, cause motherfuckers niggas don't.
I'm the only one. What you talking to the homegirl, J-Mac? You talking to your little comrade, J-Mac?
Motherfuckers trying to report.
Who's J-Mac? Because I think they also have like a manager in common. I think Munchie B, Lush, and Heffy all have the same manager. So maybe it's that who's talking. I heard she had a lot to say. Recently. And come to find out, not everything she says is true. But I digress. Until or unless further notice and I need to say what I need to say. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, because y'all know I like keeping the peace, me personally. Blessed are the peacemakers, amen, Jesus.
With that scaled Komodo dragon snake skin motherfucker Whack talking about, you don't even know.
This call is being recorded.
Oh, this a wag bad shit. Hey, you got my number, fool. Hey, you got my number, fool. I ain't gonna do all that. You got my number, fool.
Do all what?
I ain't gonna do all that.
Just need to send a
You
text
talking
message,
like you
so
trying to ask me questions when you can just get at me directly. I ain't gonna do that off of the chat. You really know me, fool. I already know you. I know your family. You know my peoples. I'm not gonna argue with you over something that I have not done, fool. That's not what I'm gonna do. You know that's not my program. You know me, fool.
Yeah, I'm hearing different though, my niggas.
But you're hearing different, and I clarified it already. But I ain't explained myself though. I clarified it already though, fool. It's not true. And that's I'm ending it there. I'm ending it there respectfully. But like I said, nigga, I said I'm ending it there respectfully.
All right, bro.
Okay, wait. I did get a text. Okay. I want to circle back around to the Lena the Plug divorce a little later because I got some text messages. Okay, if the audio frustrates you, you can get off my channel and go watch somewhere else. I've said many times is the best I can do. I'm working with what I got. Any audio engineers out there want to come for free and set me up? Great. Unless or until that happens, shut the fuck up. Thank you. Okay.
What's going on on with you, man? They telling me, man, you out there, man, doing some detective work, man.
No, not me. I ain't a reactor. I'm just reacting to the that people putting out there about the case and everything. But hey, I didn't put the taco truck narrative out there. I'm sure you heard about that.
Yeah, all that shit false. Like, even like I said, the snake skin motherfucker, he reading lies from a motherfucking police report. You know what I'm saying? They said he put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that you, like, he added you and told me that you, like, kind of reposted that shit. You feel me? Like, I don't know what type of narrative he trying to run or he think he got going on. But that fool's a motherfucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like, he think he got some type of truth or think he got some type of intel about some shit. He don't know what the he talking about. He just talking for the internet.
Okay, anyway, they get in a fight. I think it's stupid. Let me go to... I'm looking through the transcript now. Mods, if anybody says anything about the audio, just hide them from the channel. I'm sick of it. It's aggravating and it really distracts me during my lives. I can't do anything at all whatsoever about it at this point. I'm going through the transcript. I don't want to sit here and listen to them fight with each other. It's stupid. I want to get to the part where he describes being at the scene.
Just call me.
Info on that because I don't think Jay Hood said nothing even slightly.
This dude grew up in Nashua, New Hampshire. I don't think that dude said nothing. Shut up. Shut up.
Investigative about your situation, you know?
I didn't even cover it at all. I said, you know what? That's A-Trey gangster business.
Yeah.
He did. He said that a bunch of times today, yeah.
I'm on federal probation. I'm gonna get out and come out, nigga. I'm gonna do a year. Like, you don't know what the you're talking about, bro. You said that, my nigga. Like,
Right. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Maybe y'all never had to actually take a jail call. If you never had to take a jail call, consider yourself lucky. The audio at the jail calls is really bad, okay? So, I mean, I don't really know what y'all want me to do about it.
I'm speaking on, you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Nigga, I thought you was on federal probation. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with your case. That's your circumstances.
I know, it is very funny because the call, it keeps going, this call is being recorded. And it's like, golly, it's like prophetic. It's telling you. So he fights. Look, it's going and going and going. I thought they only had like 5 minutes on the phone. He must have got special phone privileges because they just keep going and going. Now they talk about religion. It's really crazy.
Nigga, I'm in my place. I don't got no place, nigga.
Ooh, hey.
On the set, nigga, you don't know if you want to be a Muslim, fake Muslim.
I know. Ain't nothing fake about my religion, fool. Ain't nothing fake about my religion, fool. Ain't you a Muslim?
Now, Now, Aunt Heffy brings up religion, which I don't think is fair or right. It has nothing to do with anything. But Aunt Heffy's like, that's why you want to be a fake Muslim. And it's like, you know, blessings be upon him, peace be upon his name and all that. But Aunt Heffy's the one that brought up being a Muslim. He said, you want to be a fake Muslim. And then the guy, Jay Hood, is like, wait a second. Aren't you also a Muslim? Then Aunt Heffy is like, don't call me on that. Basically, she said, please. He starts begging, don't talk about religion. Heffy, you're the one who brought religion up. Nobody was talking about that. He likes that. This is the thing. Like, Aunt Heffy is the most hypocritical pot calling kettle situation I have seen in a long time. Because when anything happens with any of these guys, somebody goes to jail, somebody says something in the jail, whatever case, this, that, the other. Aunt Heffy is on. Now, don't care about number what the checks say. Don't cost nothing. Click that button. Hot topics. He'll say anything about anybody's case. But now he don't want people talking about his case. That's hypocritical. He brings up somebody else's religion and calls it fake. You're going to be a fake Muslim, he said. But then when he gets called on his religion, he don't like that. That's hypocritical. Oh, Tufstino said no munchie quit, no jumper. Let me go talk to him. Let me go say hey to my cousin in the chat real quick. Let's go to Tufstino's live.
To ahhchamp.com and go support Brick by Brick. Go ahead and go buy Brick by Brick. On my brick by Brick
I
by
commented.
Brick on my soul. We got the mug.
I commented Munchie B quit.
My soul. We got all the
I'ma
colors,
say,
black,
shout
white,
out
ivory.
from
We got
the
ivory as a
sister
color
cousin
on my soul.
chat
Make sure you go
live,
there, man. We got bags and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. I want a brick
We
by
got-
brick crop top.
We got bags and all that, champ. All right, so make sure you
champ
go
is
ahead and
here.
go shop
Champ,
Brick by Brick, champ. On my soul, go ahead and go do
So
that.
Munchie B done quit now? That's interesting. That is interesting to say the least.
For your play partner.
I'm waiting to
Well,
see
yeah.
if he noticed that I'm in here.
Feel me? We here though. Champ. The sis cousin. Hey, yo, sis, I didn't know you was live.
Hey.
Oh my! Shout out from the sis cousin chat live right now. Yo, I didn't even know you was
Chatception.
live. I would have waited.
Oh, no, don't wait. You got
it. Doing that.
We all got a job to do.
I try not to cross in between.
Oh, no,
Showface.
don't worry about that.
Well, at least Showface and BJ.
We all got to do our
Those are my
jobs.
two people. I don't try to cross in front of their content.
That's sweet, though.
Salute to y'all, man. I know Showface probably doing some shit too right now,
Is
right?
he? Let's
But
go
this
to
is it,
Showface
right?
News.
Munchie B reacts to No Jumper, J Hood, and Spoke.
Okay, anyway. Okay, let's go to Showface News. Is he live, too? Sometimes I like doing this, like just going it. No, he's not live. Okay. So anyway, all right, back to what we were doing. That's the thing too. I don't get mad if somebody's live and stuff like that. Like we all have a job to do, you know. I don't want anybody waiting up on me to post something live on live. Anyway, so yeah, somebody said this is like
Come on, stop it, bro.
Ain't you a Muslim too?
Stop it, bro. I'm not.
Ain't you a Muslim?
Man, hey.
Stop it, he's saying. I can understand not wanting your religion brought up, but he's the one brought up religion.
Ain't you a Muslim?
Going for No Jumper, Adam, and miss me with that, bro. Please. Please, bro.
Bro, I can't be for no nigga in jail, fool. Me and you were just cool until you got arrested, fool. I don't know what happened. I don't even know what happened. I was just with you, fool. I don't know how. All because
I'm kind of like, I don't want to beef with somebody in jail, but like, I just feel like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you can have your beef, you can have your ops, but like, I mean, he's in jail. What, like, that's not, he can't even respond really. I mean, but then again, I mean, I guess he's coming on here and responding. Okay, I'm done with it. Are you coming back? No. What I'm doing right now is trying to get to the part where he's actually talks about the murmur.
And you coming back, cuz, and you still woofing, cuz.
No, I'm not woofing. Just finding
What's
content.
woofing? Somebody tell me what's woofing.
I find it real crazy that you said that you heard that I got your name in your. I got my name in your.
Okay, we're
to
skipping
your guilt, and I
this.
said no.
We're like 10 minutes in.
Man, you back up there, I see, huh?
They got you on TMZ articles and all type of. Oh God, they making you like the head center.
Yeah. I don't know if you know it, but you the talk of the town. Like they got you all over TMZ. Trapple Ross just dropped the whole documentary about you. It's crazy.
Real?
Yeah, hey,
got 10 million views. Everybody then got 50,000 views off his case. I'm the only one who ain't said nothing about it.
my older brother that owns Indeed was asking about Young
Everybody
Anna.
read the police report except me.
I
haven't did none of that.
Disappointed me out of all of them. But the
I don't even report on nothing.
But even the police report, bro, look like, and that's what I be saying, like,
And I said the police report was inaccurate.
the police put a whole.
Okay, so now they're talking about the police report. Now, Prim asked me something a couple days ago that kind of sent, Prim is my fiance, Crying Wolf, yes. No, not Crying Wolf, it was Glass Houses. But Prim asked me something the other day, my fiance, that kind of sent a chill down my spine. And he was like, how do we know that paperwork that came out is even real? Like, how do we know the paperwork against against Aunt Effie that says his name in it and stuff is even real? Because it did get released by Street TV, and that's not even a dig on him. Like, somebody could have sent it to him and he thought it was real too. Thanks so much to Tony. Tony has been around for a long, long time. $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, thank you so much for what you do. Thank you. A huge advocate for Brittany. Tony has been around for a long time. So Pram was like, how do you even know? Like, how do we really know for sure that police paperwork is real? And I mean, to me, it looked real. It had every hallmark of being real, but it's like, you know, these days, in today's age, what is real? What is it? I mean, what is real in any age, to be honest? But like, what do you mean? What is it? I started to kind of second guess, like, oh man, I should have said like more disclaimers. Well, thankfully for that, it does seem like JEFE and these other guys came out and confirmed that paperwork is real. Listen to what they say.
I haven't did none of that.
Disappointed me out of all of them. But
I don't even report on nothing.
But even the police report, bro, look like, and that's what I be saying, like,
And I said the police report was inaccurate.
the police put a whole false police report out there to get
Oh, who the only one who said that?
Not the only.
Oh.
That ain't even what happened in the police report. Like, I'm hearing that they put out there that this snake skin motherfuckers reading. I'm like, bro, that's defamation of character. Like, they put a whole lot.
Snake skin? What is he talking about? Let me slow it down to a normal speed. It is on 1.25. What? I went back 20 seconds.
On nothing.
But even the police report, bro, look like, and that's what I be saying, like,
And I said the police report was inaccurate.
the police put a whole false police report out there to get a.
Oh, who the only one who said?
He said the police put a whole false police report out there. So the police report in and of itself is authentic, but he's saying it's false.
That?
Not the only.
Oh.
That ain't even what happened in the police report. Like, I'm hearing that they put out there that this snake skin motherfuckers reading. I'm like, bro, that's
Oh, snakeskin MFers reading. I think he's talking about, oh no. I think he's talking about Whack 100, Paw Whack with his crusty face. Now, one thing I will say about Aunt Heffy, regardless of our beef or whatever, he's moisturized. He's either always sweating, he's got the baby oil at the Costco. I mean, whatever the case may be, his complexion is flawless. He does moisturize. Except, sometimes he's like licking knuckles on the No Jumper podcast for whatever reason. Somebody said it was because he's ashy. I think it was because his knuckles were swollen. That's my opinion. But anyway, so he's saying everybody's out here defaming him, lying about him.
To make sure the character, like, they put a whole lie out there. That ain't even what the happened. Like, what the are they talking about?
Oh, so that's not a real document?
Hey, who said that?
Hold on. Didn't I say that yesterday? I'm like,
I've been getting reports from all types of people about my family seeing this shit and all type of shit. No, they like, I just don't send enough. It's been.
So an issue with the audio too is that he's called on speakerphone, and Munchie B, I believe, has the phone. Probably again because they share a manager. If I had to guess, in my opinion, it's not a fact, but Munchie can't see. Even when there's like water sitting right in front of him, he's like, can somebody give me some water? So I don't know if he knows like how close to the microphone. I mean, he should use his hands and like put the phone by the microphone. It makes it more difficult to really tell what Aunt Heffy is saying. And I mean, it's hard to tell what Aunt Heffy is saying with $1,000 microphone in front of his face, because the man, he slurs, he makes up his own words, as we discussed earlier. He says things that are so preposterous as to be rendered unbelievable.
Hey, who said that?
Hold on. Didn't I say that yesterday? I'm like,
I've been getting reports from all types of people about my family seeing this shit and all type of shit. No, they like, I just don't send enough. Motherfuckers been reporting shit to me since I've been in jail. I just ain't called in or said nothing. You feel me? Motherfuckers, every time something go off, somebody see something, I call in. Every day somebody telling me something. Oh man, they saying this. Oh, man.
Every time he calls or he gets a call, somebody's telling him something. Oh man, they saying this. Oh man, they saying that. Look, listen. If Aunt Heffy wants to call into this show, I'm not going to hold back. But he could call in over here if he wants. I'll make sure to hold the phone right next to the microphone, too.
I'm just like sitting here just like laughing, like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, motherfuckers is like that thirsty, like, damn, like, this shit is weird.
No, I knew it was fake because they spelled moniker Boniker. Yeah, that shit had a whole word spelled wrong, eh?
that yesterday.
Okay, so Fed Lush said, that's just my nickname for him. That's not a fact. He said he knew the police report was fake because there was a misspelling. Excuse me. Most police officers are not the spelling bee champions of the world, and there's really not like a spell check requirement. There's misspelled stuff in police reports all the time. Sometimes it's because they can't freaking spell, and sometimes it's just because it's a typo. Like the B and the M, aren't that far apart. They're a letter apart down here. Like if you're just typing fast under after a long day. But Lush is like, case closed. He misspelled moniker.
Like, motherfuckers is like that thirsty, like, damn, like, this shit is weird.
Again, a little hypocritical. Young Aunt Heffy, if this happened to anybody else, would be on the story every day. That would be the hot topic.
Oh, I knew it was fake because they spelled moniker Boniker. Yeah, that shit had a whole word spelled wrong,
I
eh?
said that yesterday. Yeah.
Hello, fellow kid. I want to know what kind of technology Munchie B is using for to read, because he appears to be looking at his phone.
I'm like, Boniker. No.
They had a whole word spelled wrong on that. It was obvious it was fake, dude.
Yeah. It's another one other than the original one that came out that Alex had read.
Oh, so I guess there's another one that done came out and it's fake. I don't know. I only saw the one that Alex put out.
This one said Boniker from yesterday.
Instead of moniker, it said Boniker, fool.
You go by the Boniker Ant or some shit.
This call is being recorded.
See, they keep reminding them.
Hello?
Yeah, no, I no. No,
what about moniker?
No, it was one of these little reports I got released and it said Boniker instead of moniker. Like, he go by the Boniker Ant. I'm like, man, where the this come from? But that's, I don't know.
They don't have misspellings in paperwork like that.
Yes, they do.
No. I'm talking about how they misspell moniker and put Boniker.
Like it's obviously fake.
That's not what that means.
Oh, okay, yeah, but yeah, these motherfuckers on. But it's all good.
Like, and Heavy is not even agreeing with them that it's fake. He's just saying that it was false. Like, the information in it isn't true, he's saying. But he's not saying it's fake. And these two are like, yeah, it's fake. Again, I have reason to believe they share a manager.
So shit, I'm just waiting to go to court. You feel me? Sort this.
And just so y'all are aware, I never have had a YouTube manager, and I never will have a YouTube manager, and you don't need a YouTube manager. That is a grifting ass position for people that wish they could be a YouTuber but don't have the guts. Okay, you can do it on your own. Only type of person that makes sense to me is somebody that literally is physically disabled, cannot do it. Like Munchie B totally makes sense. He needs a manager. He needs help to do things that require the visual, stuff that he just doesn't have. Okay, that makes sense. You do not need a YouTube manager. Just get good at it yourself. That's my advice.
It ain't nothing. A lot of reporting false, fake news. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's in the police reporting, and they got a whole camera of this. You feel me? Like, still reporting false and fake shit. You feel me? Like, but no,
he said they have a whole camera. So again, now I think Aunt Heffy is confirming there was a camera. Yes, there was, and it did record the incident. And he said, and they're still reporting false and fake stuff in the filing, he's saying, or in the affidavit, which was attached to a filing for a search warrant request. The cops or the DA or whatever were trying to get a search warrant for Johnny Gray's phone. That's the co-defendant to Aunt Heffy. He's the number 1-01 case number. Heffy is -02. And so he's saying they did have a camera. It did record the whole thing, but what they said in that affidavit's not true. That's what Heffy's
motherfuckers just basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, some motherfuckers could be trying to be messy, but motherfuckers just seeing that shit and just reporting like, man, they doing this, they doing that, man. They like, man, Adam, up here, man, talking about you came in the next day and you was looking at your hands and this and that. You know what I'm saying something about.
He heard about us reporting on him licking his knuckles.
Man, he said he did it in the police report. This and that. I'm like, man, the police gonna say the police don't say anything. The police really don't even know what the f going on. They just like doctors and shit together. They just to get an arrest warrant. You know what I'm saying? Based on who a motherfucker is from his area. But no homicide ain't got shit to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Hey.
Okay, so far so good. He hasn't really said anything that I think could be incriminating yet. Yet being the operative word. He said that homicide has nothing to do with me. Okay, fine, but you probably still shouldn't be talking about it publicly, live, but I digress.
Yeah, you already know, man. We're out here defending your honor, bro. You already know you had nothing to do with that. We know you're innocent, and it's going to bring you home.
I didn't even know. I didn't even catch up on it, but apparently this one right here got in a physical fight with this one right here, and it happened right before this episode. So I don't know. He's now starting to talk. He's like, we're holding it down. I know you're innocent, whatever. I don't know he's innocent. I don't know for sure, but he is presumed and should be presumed innocent until proven guilty.
We already know, bro. We already know. I've been saying that, bro, since day one.
I heard he was like, something talking about, I guess he mad because I guess he did a GoFundMe. You feel me? Like, which I didn't even know about that, but just, just because you the bro, you feel me?
That's interesting. Spody Face made that GoFundMe for Aunt Heffy. Aunt Heffy said, I didn't even know about that.
You just did that on your own account. You feel me? Like, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't have a problem with it. It was a good look. But, he talking about all this. He talking about what the check say. He got a public defender. Yeah, well, you need to look into your police people and see who my lawyer is for real.
Yeah.
You like reporting false shit about public defenders and all that. Ain't no public defenders.
Okay, he said reporting false about public defenders. Let's see if it's false. Shall we? Shall we see? Let's go to the case access. I want to check because he's saying that it was falsely reported. I don't want to be accused of saying something false. So let's look it up. Shall we? He said, you need to look into the police people and see who my lawyer really is. Let's look. Parties. Oh. Carlos Jesus Beto, Deputy Public Defender. Attorney for Maurice Shellman. Look, there's another one. Michelle Meade Hall. Attorney for Maurice Sheldon. Is she a private lawyer? Oh, nope. Deputy alternate public defender, attorney for Maurice Shellman. Now, does that mean that he maybe hasn't been in the works of trying to hire a lawyer, pay for a lawyer? No, he could be. But according to the most recently updated lacourt.california.gov, lacourt.ca.gov, criminal case access. This is his case. As you can see, the people of the state of California versus Maurice Shellman. And it does say he does have a public defender. 2 of them. He got Carlos Jesus Bido and also Michelle Meade Hall. Let's look a picture of her up. Just like to put a face with a name, me personally. I don't know which one she is. There's a few of them. I don't want to pull somebody's picture up if that's not. I do have her attorney page here. Public defender. Admitted to the state bar in 1995. So she speaks Armenian. She speaks French. So it does still say on the criminal case access sheet that he has a public defender. I mean, Jeffe, he has 2 of them, one and an alternate. So Jeffe's sitting here acting all offended, like people are reporting that. I mean, he's calling it false news and fake news. It literally, I mean, it says it on, I don't know what you want me to do. It says it on lacourt.ca.gov as of Thursday, June 4th, 12:33 p.m. Eastern. It says it. I mean, what do you want us to do?
All this, he talking about what the text say, you know, he got a public defender. Yeah, well, you need to look into your police people and see who my lawyer is for real.
Yeah.
You like reporting false shit about public defenders and all that. Ain't no public defender defending me and none of that. My lawyer's paid for already. You know what I'm saying? Like anything else is extra. So
The lawyer's paid for, then why doesn't the lawyer file to make an appearance here? There's no. Where's the lawyer? Where? Because it don't say that. It says you got 2 public defenders, 1 and an alternate.
like motherfuckers is out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Absolute. Hey.
Crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Grown man, like, man, you better watch out for him, man. I'm telling you, that motherfucking snake, bro. Like, I do something else. I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
Hey.
He needs to start some business. Hopefully, his motherfucking diaper line. Hopefully, that motherfucker.
Hey, whatever happened to Doughboy? Is he done already?
Get off of whatever else he got going on because he's doing broke boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Tell him stop like all this fake. You gotta expose this shit. You only can expose what's the truth, and everything you've been talking about is false.
Yeah, hey, bro, Artie, I've been letting know. You know what I'm saying? Be known that you didn't have nothing to do with that. You didn't ask me to do none of that. Your family do it. You got you straight. And another fake narrative people are trying to run out there is like, you know what I'm saying? Like your community, you know what I'm saying? Ain't looking out. I'm like, bro, straight. Like you feel me? Like everything I did that on my own accord. You feel me?
I don't need nobody out my community.
Yeah.
This call is being recorded.
Yeah, but
Reminder, this call is being recorded.
Yeah.
Get to my own bag. So like you'll be a broke. You in jail, you calling out, looking to your community, looking for a motherfucker to do something for you. Like, all right, shit.
Was it that what I said?
Like, I don't know what
Hey, just everything I said.
these motherfuckers be thinking, bro. They crazy. Like, man, shit. All right, you know, keep talking though.
I
Content and all that. You know, so I'm about to start reacting to these and all that. Like,
Okay, so now, oh happy day, we're going to be getting reaction content from Aunt Jeffe from inside the jail. He's gonna be reacting.
All that loose cannon shit. Loose cannon was doing that.
I never had, but I get you now.
Loose cannon was doing this shit.
Did I tell you or I told Time Mills about the crackhead from East Coast that said I'm the reason why you in jail?
No.
Yeah. So some smoker.
That's the only narrative I ain't heard.
Yeah. I got you put up.
That's crazy.
No, Amber TSW, not quite. Jeffe hit the guy probably repeatedly. It didn't say once. He did not step in to break up the fight. That is not correct. There were four suspects identified. Or 4 suspects referred to, 3 of whom were identified. The 3 suspects identified were Johnny Gray, defendant 1. His moniker is North Face. Johnny North Face Gray, Maurice Keandre, aka Aunt Jeffe Shellman. That was number 2. Number 3 was another guy by the name of Irvin. I don't remember his last name. Thomas. What was his last name? Irvin something. That was the 3rd one. And there was a 4th one not named. 4th unidentified suspect. Now, of these 3, number 1 and number 2, Aunt Jeffe and Johnny Gray and Aunt Jeffe, they're in jail awaiting trial. Number 3 is the one who went to the Cadillac Escalade and got the backpack out of the back. Irvin. Now, they did arrest Irvin, but they did not charge him with murder. They did not charge him with felony murder. They did not charge him with anything. They actually let him go. But then there was that 4th guy. When Aunt Heffy showed up, Irvin and the 4th guy were about to enter into an altercation, and Heffy broke that up. So it wasn't Carl and Irvin.
Yeah, yo, but man, we all you know, hoping and praying that this whole situation works itself out. But you don't sound too bothered. You don't seem too worried, because a lot of people talking about the situation like it's super serious, and you don't seem bothered.
Bro, I'm not like you. I mean, you only can be bothered.
Okay, Fed 22 getting his interrogation questions in.
What you done? They got me in jail for murder. I ain't murdered nobody, so it's like what the hell? No, I'm not bothered.
But he didn't say he didn't beat the tar out of somebody. He didn't say he didn't beat the dentures out somebody's mouth, veneers.
And you know, they got a whole, like you're saying, I just showed up at the wrong place at the wrong time.
What a freaking idiot. He showed up. Now, before this, they would have had to place him at the scene. They would have had to place him at the scene. He could have said, I'm not testifying against myself. I'm not making any statements about that night. But now he's done said, I was there. I was at the wrong place, wrong time.
And just so happened, I'm somebody that they identified that, you know what I'm saying, was out there allegedly when something happened. But
right.
That, like, y'all got me locked up for somebody to do. Y'all locked me.
I'm just somebody they identified as someone who was there when something happened. No, sweetie. They said you beat that man. And you directed other people to do stuff and rob him. So now he's saying I was there, and then he said allegedly. Oh my God.
For a murder, and I didn't do no murder. So you know that right there, like hell no, I'm not worried. You feel me? Like shit, cause I know, you know what I'm saying, I ain't murdered nobody. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm gonna be worried about, like, you know what I'm saying, all that's just false, like just false allegations trying to hold a motherfucker. Shit, like, and they do like that, you know, like motherfuckers get locked up for shit, and you know they they'll leave it to the court.
Oh boy. Okay. Look, listen, this is not legal advice. Obviously, Aunt Heffy has more public defenders than he knows what to do with, so he can ask them for legal advice. But if you are involved in a physical altercation and you punch somebody and then they fall to the ground and die, oh yeah, you can be charged with murder. Oh yes, you can.
Sort it out, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, I'm in good spirit, you know what I'm saying? I am irritated though. I'm not gonna sit here act like I'm not irritated. Like this shit. You know, so I'm in a cell right now talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right here in the cell, right here on the tier. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
in a cell? Are you not allowed to have cell phones in the cell? I thought he was calling from the payphone in the jail.
22, 2400, you know what I'm saying, on everything, like the general population. When I first came to jail, you know, they was on bullshit on that no jumper shit. You know, they K10 me and put a V on my wristband and put me in 3500 in high power. I had to talk to the jail liaison and tell them, like, man, look, bro, I'll just do that. Like, I'm not.
So I think they tried to put him like in protective custody, where, you know, if you're like famous or it's a really high profile case or certain type of crimes alleged, they'll put you in kind of like isolation for like 23 hours a day. You get 1 hour out. And Heffy said, oh hell no, I can't be alone with my thoughts and myself in a cell. Absolutely not. Put me in general population. He's like, I don't want any special treatment for being on no jumper. Well, you're gonna get it. But apparently they did take him out of there. They let him go into the general population and be around his friends.
I'm not a celebrity, a regular. I'm not looking for no type of status. I'm putting in general population and shit gonna happen to me. Like, y'all taking this no jumper shit too far. Like, this shit's crazy.
Hey, Aunt. That's the 22, 24 still the Damus and the Hoovers over there, some cases, or they flipped.
It's depending on
this
what
guy's
you know, when I
spotty face, my God. What's done happened to his eye? Is that from the fight he just got into? Oh my Lord, that poor guy.
first fell in here, I fell in on a neighborhood tier, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever they show love and shit, you feel me? Now I'm over here on the tier with my homies though, but you got a few homies over here. You got Infant Donut over here. You got Baby Handgun over here and shit. So it's really where you fall at. Like, you know, everything up here. Like, you know, the tier I'm on. It's like, you know, most of my homies. And then, you know, across next door, you know, it's the Hoovers. And downstairs on the other module I was at, it was the neighborhoods. And then on top of them, you know, it's the Bloods.
So I guess within the jail, they keep people based on their gang. I don't know, girl.
So it's just like, you know, it's the module mixed up. Motherfuckers just putting their homies to, you know, whatever tier they on type shit.
I real quick though, right, to shift the mood a little bit, because I know it's kind of like, you feel me? If you see DC Baby Draco, he getting a squabble or not?
You said who?
You see DC Baby Draco, he gonna get a squabble.
No,
he said probably.
The Blues and Yellows, they got this, so they probably got him up there somewhere.
Yo, Aunt, what up, bro? This Lush. What's the best way?
Who else would it be? Yo, Aunt, that's Lush. Feel me?
Boys, let you know, man.
What's happening, player? Hey, fool.
Player.
What's the best way that fans can support you? And like, if they want to like contribute or do anything, like, well, how could they help and be a part of this?
I mean, I can't really say how they can help. You feel me? Like I said, I ain't looking for nothing. Anything anybody do, you feel me? It's a blessing. You feel me? Extra. You feel me? I mean, I really don't know, bro.
Honestly, that was the best answer Heffy provided the whole show. Like, I don't need any help. I don't need anything. Thank you. Like
I said, Spody launched what he got going. You feel me? I see a lot of people attached into that. They got other little shit going on, but I really don't know, bro. Since I'm cool. You just said, shit free hand. Like I ain't tripping, bro. I ain't really looking for nothing. I'm just, looking to get the fuck out this. That's it.
Hey, but I think people should for sure stream all your music and run up the numbers. You feel me? Because it's some of the best in LA.
It's some of the best in LA. I usually don't play people's music because of the copyright strikes, but some of the best in LA. Let me see if that's true. Oh, Spody Face quit No Jumper too. Spody Face quit. Oh man, everybody's done quit. Wait, hold on. Got some news coming in about David or? No, girl, that just came from F's and Nancy Grace. Okay, anyway, back to what I was doing. Aunt Heffy. I want to see if it's some of the best in LA. Some of the best in LA. Okay. Official music videos playlist. Let's go. Young Aunt Heffy. Which one should we listen to? These are our options. Can't Stop This Feeling. My Heart Cold. Smiling Happy is the one that I'm thinking I want to listen to. I Can't Run. That's true. Get You Whacked. Cali Dreaming. In the Ghetto. Water on My Wrist. In a Benz, Honor Pledge, oh boy. Imaginary Smoke, and Unruly. This one has a fleur-de-lis, so I'll go with that one. Oh my. Girl, I don't know if we can watch this. Why does he have a fleur-de-lis on his chest? That's a Saints, that's Louisiana. Why is he wearing it? He don't, I've waited a long time to say this. He's not even from here. Laissez le bon temps relais. What does he have to do with a fleur-de-lis? Stop it.
Ballers in this bitch, it's a real movie. All millions of millionaire bitches wanna do me. 100 pointers on my neck, gotta keep a toolie. How you handle disrespect, I get unruly.
Oh boy. This is some of the best in LA, they said.
In this bitch, it's a real movie. Almost a millionaire, bitches wanna do me.
Almost a millionaire, but he got that public defender. I want to do the Smiling Happy.
Young and Hefe. Care about number what the check say.
Care about number what the check say. Okay. This is kind of cute.
I don't even talk about all the pain.
Aw. Not Lonnie. Pour one out for Lonnie.
The cops took my brother and the cancer took my daddy. That's a big empty space, but I'm still smiling happy. I'm evading poverty a couple times. It could have trapped me. $500,000 in a duffel till my little brother's match. The cops took my brother and the cancer took my daddy. That's a big empty space, but I'm still smiling happy. I'm evading poverty a couple times.
The thing about it is you're going to make a video called Smiling Happy. Can you smile and be happy in it? I mean, you look like your eyes are swole shut.
It could have trapped me. $500,000 in a duffel till my little brother. Sometimes I want to catch a body temper on the
Heffy. Sometimes he want to catch a body. Well, you just caught one. There you go. Careful what you wish for.
Y'all the ones that's really switching, acting like it's me. The cops took my brother and the cancer took my daddy. That's a big empty space, but I'm still smiling happy. I'm evading poverty a couple.
He said I'm evading poverty.
Times it could have trapped me, $500,000 in a duffel till my little brother's match. The cops took my brother and the cancer took my...
It's just that over and over. Okay, I would have to say that's not some of the best in LA. Sorry. Anyway, back to this.
I think everybody should run up the streams on your music.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, man. I heard motherfuckers been tapping in, man. It's gonna be all good, like for real. I love all the support. All the positivity. I ain't even mad at the negativity because even the motherfuckers who shoot the negativity.
Somebody is blowing Munchie B's phone up.
About they've been doing this shit. They a lot of these niggas will do this shit to their own mama. You feel me? So I'm not mad about it. Just motherfuckers out here. Like when I first heard about it, that shit did kind of have me irritated. But like at the end of the day, it's like a motherfucker reporting false shit, so it's like, what the f*** I'm gonna be mad about reporting false for? That's the motherfucker I don't with. So it's just like, all the motherfuckers that's really reporting like false every day is motherfuckers I don't even deal with every day. I heard fat ass Jonna talking about some the vehicle he's driving up there. No, these dudes is crazy. Like motherfuckers say anything for these cameras, bro. Like for real. It's just weird. Like I said, like stick to the facts and like a lot of it, like whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just like
I try to do that, but then we got people like Lush Fed out here saying that this music is some of the best in LA. We trying to stick to the facts and we need to stick to them.
Stop making it up, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers just like try to make shit up with these fake ass lures. Like, bro, come on with this weird shit, bro. Like just stick to the regular shit, bro. Like content that dead out there to where motherfuckers gotta just make up shit every day. Oh yeah,
you're the talk of the town, Heffy. Who's who?
All the this case they saw to that lady, he the killer, and like all this weird shit. Like,
the Big U son thing too.
Baby.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
That was the first one, yeah.
Munchie B got his talking points. Oh yeah, address the Big U son thing.
Yeah, that was the crisis actor who put that out there.
Wow. Hold on, say this.
Fetty Nash.
Yeah, Fetty Nash.
Oh wow.
Oh, they're calling him Fetty Nash. Oh, interesting. Takes one to know one, I heard.
Damn, you never knew.
People are gonna be like, wait, but doesn't that mean you're a Fed? No, if I was a Fed, I wouldn't be fighting against lawfare, obviously.
About him too, like I don't even know how to. These dudes, especially these dudes, this what I don't understand. Like these dudes is like portraying to be solid and portraying to be street. Like, bro, like where do you dudes get off like doing this weird? Like even me, like I react to some shit, but like
where do these dudes get off doing this weird? Even me, he said.
I'm not into the pushing the lies and fake ass narratives and all that. Like these dudes are just crazy with this shit. And these dudes be talking about they from gangs and shit. Like you can expect that from the fake ass Flacos and even the Wax, because Wax ain't nobody gang member. You feel me? He only Karu when he get mad. That dude is like far removed from the street. He's a police for real. That because ain't no solid nigga gonna repeat what the police saying. This nigga's on the internet repeating some shit that the
Stop. Pick a side, Heffy. On the one hand, he's like, stick to the facts, stick to the report, stick to the paperwork. And on the other hand, he's like, no real solid person is gonna read what the police said. It's like, wait, hold on. You literally just said to do that. What?
Police line about like, oh yeah, I'm telling you and this and that. Like, bro, you can't be street, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, or so whatever. Like, and you know what I'm saying, I'm not tripping over.
I know. I'm thinking this. I'm like, he's about to start getting. Somebody's about to be like, I need to use the phone, dude.
I got they dating a lot of motherfuckers that's doing false and fake shit. They gonna fall on the sword. It's gonna be violent for them. You know what I'm saying? So
they're gonna fall on the sword. It's gonna be violent for them. Okay, let me just ask you this. Put a one in the chat if you could see how a possibly prosecutor could use these words against Heffy. Bro, like I'm saying or whatever, like, hey, I'm saying. I'm not tripping though. But every dog got they day. And a lot of beep that's, doing these false and fake stories, they're going to fall on the sword. It's going to be violent for them. Put one in the chat if you can see how a prosecutor might be able to hold that against young Aunt Heffy. Okay. Now, is that me saying that he's making a violent threat? No. But can you see how a prosecutor might be like, oh, he's in jail from the inside of the jail he's threatening violence. Look, this is going to be violent for them. Y'all know they do it. Y'all see them do it. And if they do that, they don't have to lie. It won't be a lie for them to say, he said this. Now, it might be a stretch. They might say, you know, things that maybe we don't agree with or think, but none of that would have to be argued about if he didn't say it. Stupid. It's stupid.
Not even tripping, bro. You know, I know I'm blessed, bro. I'm about the best. You feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is just, you know.
He's blessed by the best, but he didn't even want to claim his religion. He was begging and pleading, please don't do that to me. I don't think you're supposed to deny the Lord or whatever in front of, you know, the public and then say you blessed by the best.
Mine, like this happened, it is what it is. You said, just so happened, you know, popular from where you from. So, you know, watching this camera and whatever, you know, narrative, you know, they trying to come with the paint. It's just like even like the narrative, like it's all, like I said, I'm just waiting to go to court, bro. You feel me?
According to the inmate search, he has a court date tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but he does have one.
You know, get this on the road, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You feel me? But
yeah, because yo, Ant,
good though. But you know, I had to tap in with my good people though. You know, I just been hearing a lot of little weird shit, and I'm just like, man, this shit is crazy. Like, you know, like I said, I didn't want to like hop on the phone or like you know what I'm saying, call.
It's so funny to me too because like everyone's been waiting for Aunt Jeffe to speak. Everyone's been waiting to hear some more on the case, some more information, some more intel from the inside. What's going on? What's true? What's not true? And he made about 20 minutes before every single one of these short attention span freaks is looking at their phone. 1, 2, this one, I don't know if he could see out that left eye. 3, 4, Munchie's got his phone, and then Adam's going in. Like basically by the 24-minute mark, every single one of these guys has like checked out and been on their phone.
I ain't really like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's like it is what it is. Cause like I said, I know I'm not guilty of nothing. So like, you know what I'm saying? The only motherfuckers I want you to talk, you know what I'm saying? When you guilty of something, like I said, I ain't did shit. So like it ain't, you know, I'm not worried about nothing. You feel?
You can have not done shit and still go to prison for it. I don't know if y'all ever heard of a false conviction, a wrongful conviction. A lot of times it happens, especially where people have a history of committing crimes. This isn't a good thing. I don't like that it's like this, but you have to be aware of the reality you live in. You have to move smart unless you want to be in that 23 hours a day situation, protective custody. Like he's sitting here saying, I don't have nothing to hide, but like he already made 2 confessions here. He was there at the scene and it's on camera and he knows it. And it's going to be violent for the people that are reporting on it.
He sounds so clear-headed.
I know, because he ain't high.
Whenever they ready to present the evidence. You know.
Lush said, you sound so clear-headed. Adam goes, yeah, because he ain't high.
So what? He's not smoking, so it sounds like kind of different, right? Yo, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, like, you know, it is a little tricky because, like, there's so many people out here making videos and they all trying to make sense of the situation based on.
Okay, here comes Fed Jumper with his next interrogation question.
I mean, I just wanted to say, like, you know, it is a little tricky because, like, there's so many people out here making videos and they all trying to make sense of the situation based on what information they have, and like, you know, all the information they have is basically coming from law enforcement. And then meanwhile, like, even with us on the phone with you right now, obviously, you know, you're not in any position to just give us a whole story about whatever happened, because you got to, like, you know, be mindful of how this is going to all play out.
Now, even though Adam is being like a total Fed right now, in my opinion and belief, not a fact, he is still giving Aunt Jeffe an out. Like, Aunt Jeffe could say, yeah, I'm not going to talk on that.
Legally and everything. So, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, I understand you being a little frustrated with certain people, especially people who are cool with you, who have been a little quick to jump out the window with theories and shit like that. But, you know, even somebody like Flacco, like, I do believe that he's trying to, like, get to the truth on behalf of the people, even though, you know, obviously
I think that he's trying to get out in front of the story before any other YouTuber, and he really don't care about nothing but what the checks say. That's my opinion on Flacco. He doesn't even bother to wipe the little Debbie cake crumbs out his beard before he goes full 4K this far from the camera. Girl, he don't care about nothing but getting out that story before anybody else. It's certainly not the truth.
Made some, like, pretty massive mistakes, like, especially with the whole taco truck narrative.
But him, like, you can't be trying to get to the truth, Adam, when you talking about, you like lying to my car. Somebody was driving up to no, like you going too far when you talk about you don't know what car kind of no jumper. I don't even come to no jumper in my cars. Like people bring me, my homies drive me up to no jumper. So it's like, cause I don't even want to drive the freeway a lot of times. So it's like what the f is you talking about? Tomorrow? Yeah, it's like the car he was coming up there to no jumper in. Like it's just like these narratives. Like I said, I'm not even mad because like I said, I know how the content go. You know, I've reported shit, but you know, I'm not gonna jump off the deep end and like be saying no weird. You feel me? So
This call is being recorded.
Knew what he was saying.
Can we get a definition of weird? I mean, it's weird. It's pretty weird to me what they were saying.
Yeah,
like I said, even the police report, I'm not mad about that because that's what the police put out there. Like I said, I'm going to deal with them, though. You know what I'm saying?
See, he's saying it. That is a real police report. He's just saying that what they put in it is fake.
Put the false shit out there, so for sure, all right, I'm not even tripping off that because that's what they put out there, you feel me? That's what motherfuckers going off of, but it's just like all these other little fake narratives I've been hearing, like, coming back on there every day trying
The thing is, like, what's real and what's fake? Because he said it was fake that he had a public defender, and here they are right here on the paperwork. So what's...
Like, oh, yeah, but this happened. Oh, no, well, it happened like this. Oh, yeah, he might have did this, too. Like, what? Like, the f*** is you talking about? Like, that shit is just, damn.
Okay, and if he would have just got off, the phone right here, would have been fine. Now he's about to bury himself.
Oh, you tell me if this is too much to ask, but like, do you reject the idea that this was some sort of DP scenario?
Huh?
Like you tell me if this is too much, but do you reject the idea that this was some sort of DP gone wrong?
No comment.
Yeah, because I like this what I'm going to tell you. I don't even look. I pulled up to a store, bro. Look, I was on my way home.
This is why you have the right to remain silent. He's now testifying against himself, whether he knows it or not. He's now admitting to being on the scene. He's now admitting to a version of events. So now whatever he says here, he better not ever change his story, because then it's going to be impeachment evidence. You know what impeachment evidence is? It's the proof that you lied. It's proof you can't keep your story straight. DP, it just means like if somebody's in a gang. This is what I've been told. Okay, I'm not an expert. If somebody's in a gang and they do something bad, they break the rules of the gang somehow, other members of the gang will beat them up. It's like a disciplinary action against them. And the person, you know, is supposed to basically, to some extent, just take their beating. And there's rumors, I'll say, there's rumors going around that this fight was actually a situation like that, where the victim, who's now dead, he had committed a transgression against the 8 Trey gang members, the rest of the members of the gang, and so they sent over some gang members to beat him up. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but Adam22 16 Gray Mason's like, can you reject or deny that it was a DP situation? And he's like admitting he went there. He's going to admit a reason why he went there, so he better never change his story from this. Stop self-snitching.
My girl hit me, asked me if I can stop and get some tissue. So being that I was already in my community,
somebody's blowing Munchie
I'm like, oh, before I hop on the freeway and go home, I'm going to stop at the store and get me some tissue. I just stopped at the store.
He had to stop at the store to get some tissue. His girl hit him up. Okay, all these facts can be proven or not.
Stop and get some tissue. So being that I was already in my community, I'm like, oh, before I hop on the freeway and go home, I'm going to stop at the store and get me some tissue.
So he said, my girl hit me up. So where? He said, my girl hit me, asked me if I can stop and get some tissue. So the cops are going to look. The prosecutors, not the feds. The prosecutors are going to look. Did he get a call from his girl? Did he get a text from his girl? Did the text or the call, if it was a text, did it say pick up some tissue? If any of this is untrue, that'll be held against him. He didn't have to say any of this stuff. Before I go on the freeway and go home, I'm going to stop at the store and get some tissue. He admitted to stopping at the store. Now, who's buying toilet paper from a laundromat? That's what I want to know. Who's buying toilet paper from the laundromat? I could understand if he said, buying, I needed to pick up some laundry detergent. There was a laundromat right there. It was in my neighborhood. So I stopped. No, tissue, you went and got toilet paper from the laundromat? It don't make sense.
Or give me some tissue. I just stopped at the store and got some tissue. So that had transpired and what was going on, I really don't even know what happened. That's what like really was pissing me off. I really don't know what happened, but just because I am who I am from where I'm from.
I didn't see no dollar store next door. I saw a WIC office and a empty shutdown thing. I did not see a dollar store next to me. Maybe it was. Maybe he stopped at that dollar store if there was one.
And they said that my homies was involved in something, and I'm one of the only dudes. Like, so basically, they said it was a gang of people out of this gang expert, fake ass gang expert that put that document out there. That, by the way, who don't know me, like, you know what I'm saying, anybody can see a picture of my.
So now he's making an attack against the investigator who has been working in the gang violence division of the LAPD for a long time. And he's saying, that guy don't know me. You don't know who that guy is. You know, they have a lot of undercover cops, right? It could be somebody down the street you thought was your neighbor that this cop is. Like, cops and feds do not have to tell you the truth about who they are. So he's saying this guy doesn't know him, but he's like, anybody could know me. Yeah, anybody could know you because you do put your face out there and you have admitted openly to being associated and affiliated with this specific gang. So it really doesn't even take a gang expert. It just takes somebody with one eye that works and a little bit of hearing.
My face, like everybody know my name, and like even if I got on the internet, like I've been like a reputable dude from where I'm from. So it's like it ain't like. Don't know me, but like
I know this is exactly what I was saying to Mary. Somebody is blowing Munchie's phone up to tell him to hang that phone up. I know that is what it seems like to me as well. I think that they're like, yeah, get on the phone. This is supposed to be a 5-minute little check-in, no pun intended.
Like this gang expert cop, like, oh, he know me, bro. You don't know me. Like you said, you just know of me. So
he didn't say he knew him. He said he was familiar with him.
Basically, I can't even answer if that is true or not because I don't know. I really don't even know about the situation. Like, I really don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I just have
and that's why you should have sat in that cell and did a crossword puzzle.
Show up and some shit just happened to be happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I just showed up at the wrong place.
He showed up and some stuff just happened to be happening, and now he is admitting he was there. A really good lawyer would have said, how do you know that's my client? This is racism. This is racial profiling. That's not my client. You can't see the license plate number. That was another thing he did have going for him. There was no visible license plate on the Range Rover. So yeah, the cop did say that was him, but Aunt Heffy could have said, that ain't me. I was not there. They're lying about me. That's another bald black man. Y'all are being racist. Now he can't say that. He just took that argument away from his lawyer. Now, y'all might be listening to me and be like, why are you giving him, information of defense? Like, he should go to jail. Absolutely. He should go to jail after a fair trial. But in order to have a fair trial, you have to have the right against self-incrimination, which if you're talking to cops in custody and stuff like that, for the most part, you have the right to remain silent or at least have your lawyer there. But here, he's now waived all of those rights. He's just talking. He's just talking to these people. Where's Jayoma? Where is Jayoma when you need him? They deserve each other. Jayoma and Aunt Heffy deserve each other.
The wrong time. So even when I'm hearing all this deep, and I'm like, what? I'm like, shit, I don't know. Like, I can't answer that because I don't even know what the was going on.
Damn.
I can't answer that. Then why can't you just say, what? Wait. The question is, were you participating in a DEP, a disciplinary punishment? He should be able to answer it, and he should be able to just say no. But he said he can't answer it.
That's
he talks like somebody who lies a lot. That's my opinion.
Crazy, yeah. I mean,
this call is being recorded.
Yes, I don't even know what's going on.
And that specific timing of that this call is being recorded is poetic to me.
Just identified me and two other people. One of the people, he already got a DA reject the first court date. So they just identified.
That was that Irvin guy. I forget his last name.
Who they can identify, you know what I'm saying? But it's like you a gang expert, so how you can't identify nobody else but you.
I think they did identify him, and I think he's done rolled over on y'all. I think the 8 trays is snitching. I think they snitching.
Identified me somehow, some way. So basically, being that
yeah, they identified you now because you admitted you were there, dummy.
the most notable person out there, they're trying to like basically put, I guess, that narrative together that I had somebody do something. But so basically, I'm gonna put this out there because this is public knowledge at my court date. So my first court date, before I can hit my paid lawyer,
okay, so May 21st.
Defender came to me and explained what was on the paper that was from the camera,
okay.
And basically the public defender was like, "Man, look, this is crazy. I don't know how they charge you with murder just from what's on this thing." You know what I'm saying?
I saw the same papers, and there was a physical altercation whereby somebody was beat to the ground. His jewelry was broken. His veneers came out his mouth, and he died from blunt force trauma. So there's apparently footage of Aunt Hefe participating in that beatdown, and that's how you get murder. That's how they came to that conclusion.
And from my understanding, it's just like basically, you know what I'm saying, I'm locked up, and everybody else that got locked up that can identify is younger than me. So basically, they trying to like, I guess, go with this narrative that I had some younger dudes do something that I didn't. Like,
that's not even true. Like, there's descriptions that he showed up and broke up a fight between Irvin and an unidentified guy. He pointed to the car. He's the one who also physically hit the victim who's now dead. That's what's being alleged. I wasn't there.
Bro,
and Aunt Hefe could have said that. I don't know. I wasn't there, but he didn't. Instead, he said he was there.
Dudes have been out here since 6 o'clock hanging out. I pulled up at the store at 9:30 to get some tissue. I don't know what the going on.
Furthermore, confirming what the supposedly false report says, but he's confirming the stuff in the report. He said, I pulled up about 9:30. The report said he pulled up about 9:33. He knows what time he got there.
That's been going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So that's why I'm like, motherfuckers keep telling these narratives. And
Also, does he have a cell phone? Because they're going to be able to check who called him, who checked in, who texted.
Like, like shit, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm just let my lawyer do the talking for me, though. But I don't know.
That's right.
You know
he should have said this 29 minutes ago.
Because I don't know.
I'm going to let my lawyer do the talking for me. He should have said that 29 minutes ago. Now, Spodyface done got up and left. Oop. Spodyface done got up and left. And I think he's done quit no jumper now.
No, and I was literally going to the store to get some tissue.
Nah, man, that's crazy, though. I mean, it definitely makes us feel like we got to be more skeptical about everything that's been put out there because everything.
I mean, I would suggest just order the toilet paper from Amazon. Girl, I mean, just don't even go to the store at this point.
Everything else has been, a little wild for us to be seeing out there, but for sure, free Aunt Hefe. We're gonna definitely spread the word of everything you
Whitney said. The cops said, we don't care about nothing but what the evidence
said today. I'm sure all of our friends are probably cooking up videos already based on what you said here, but
they probably clipping this shit as we
yeah, facts.
Call me, kid.
You went to ice that swollen eye.
I ain't tripping like you say I clipping up all the wrong shit, clip up the right. You feel me?
There's another one that they could get him with. Let's say he tries to get out, let's say somehow he comes up with $200,000, $205,000. Let's say he comes up with that and he's able to get out, and then the prosecutor say, actually, no, Your Honor, you can't let him out because he's inciting violence and he's trying to control the narrative from inside the jail. Now, am I saying that's what he's doing? No. But could a prosecutor argue it? Listen again.
This shit as we
yeah, facts.
Call me, kid.
Go ahead, clip it up. Shit, I ain't tripping like you say I clipping up all the wrong shit, clip up the right. You feel?
They can keep clipping, but clip the right stuff. Don't clip up the wrong stuff. Clip the right stuff. Okay. Do you see how a prosecutor could say, even from inside the jail, he is on the cell phone trying to control the narrative? Your Honor, he is trying to influence the jury, tamper with evidence, tamper with the potential trial by influencing the jury. They could say all of that. And it's like, yes, I understand that's nitpicking, and I do understand that's a reach, but lawyers don't do nothing all day but lie and reach. That's why it's one of the main reasons I could not be a practicing attorney for very long, because I can't be doing all this lying and reaching. But I have enough sense to know what they're going to try to do. And if he already thinks he's being targeted, then he should be moving a lot more carefully than this. Who is he getting his advice from? Who is advising Aunt Hefe to go on here and say specifics why he went to the store? Specifics, things that can be disproven. Things that can be disproven. If his girlfriend hit him up on text and said, hey, stop at the store to ask, so-and-so a question. Now he's done lied publicly because he said he went over to get some tissue. My cousin Stino, my brother Stino, he said last night, all right, but did you ever go in and buy the tissue? No, the tissue didn't get bought. So why are you even saying this about buying tissue? Like it's clear that you went over there to do something else than buy tissue, and now you're just making stories up. He's saying things like, you can clip stuff, but make sure you clip the right stuff. You trying to tell people what they could say about your case now? You're trying to influence the public perception of your case? That's what a prosecutor would say. Or how about when he said the people that's putting out different versions of the narrative are going to fall on the sword and it's going to be violent for them. Making violent threats, the prosecutors will say, or could say. All this could have been avoided if he just sat in his cell and played crossword and maybe did some chants and some mantras or something.
Like, on everything, though, but it's, it's all good, man. I just have to call in, man, and tap in with y'all, man. You feel me? Like I said, I appreciate the support, from everybody that's supporting, you know what I'm saying? And, it's all good. Like, I'll be back for sure.
Hey, bro.
And rest in peace, and rest in peace to the homie.
Rest in peace to the guy that he is alleged to have killed.
That's resting as well, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, shit, me and him, I don't even know, dude. We ain't had no problem, like, you know what I'm saying? We probably seen each other 2 or 3 times, so.
Okay, so now he's talking about his relationship with the decedent and the, AKA victim. He's saying, I didn't really know him, but I did see him a few times. Well, now a prosecutor is going to be able to say, you said you saw him a few times. Can you elaborate on that? Did you have any disagreements? Oh, we're going to get a witness to come and talk about the time y'all met. You did get in a fight. Like, it's just opening cans of worms that didn't have to be opened. He opened them himself.
Like, it's cooking up narratives. Like, I don't even got no problem with nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Like I said, only thing is disturbing me is this shit being away from my kids.
You know what's crazy to me is Adam22 16 Grand Mason said with his full satanic demon possessed chest that women like me should be locked up. Why? Not for committing a crime, because we're sick in the effing head. That's what he said. He said it publicly on his platform to millions of people. And he's also at the same time, like in the same breath, saying free Aunt Heffy. An accused murderer and a bona fide federal felon. A criminal. He should be free. And women like me should be locked up. I mean, this is the world that these politicians as kids wants us to live in, where people like me are locked up and people like Heffy are free on the street.
But shit, other than that, I'm cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel good. Shit, I'm straight. I'm just, sitting in here until this is over with. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and we all miss you on the pod a lot, and all the fans miss you even more, bro. You feel me? It's not the same without you, bro, but you're still with us, homie.
I can't hear you.
Hey, can you tell me what I said?
Hey, no. Luz was saying, everybody miss you on a pod. It ain't the same without you and the fans with you.
Yep, no, but no, for sure, though. Y'all already know, man. It's all love, man. I'm going to let y'all get back to it, man. I'll tap in with y'all, man, one of these other weeks or something like that, man.
Yo, so you don't have a 10-minute limit on phone calls in there?
20 minutes.
Yeah. Not when you pay for your own shit.
24 hours when I'm at it. Hell no. Adam just look like hourly or some shit like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Brick always be tapping out after 10 minutes when he call in, but yeah, all right, man.
All right, fool.
I think he's fed.
On English, just tap in, fool.
Yeah, it was great hearing from you, man.
Yeah, call me, cuz.
Y'all have a good one, fool.
Hey, Jay Hood said call him.
All right, Ben, I'm going to tap in.
Yup.
Girl, why is he out here doing all that? He is a Grand Mason, all right. Lush, take a drink of water. Take two. Take 2 drinks. All roads leads to clowns. Indeed. Let's see what else here. So his next court date is tomorrow, like I said. And I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame he's out here basically self-snitching. Y'all got to stop doing the self-snitching. Nobody asks me my opinion. No. Nobody asks me my opinion. Nobody asks me what I think. And so, you get what you get. But I can't give legal advice anyway. Another one bites the dust. Curse of no jumper strikes again. I cannot with Lush. Me neither. You know what you feel me? You feel me? So I did promise today that we would start looking into some of the paperwork, some of the court filings in the DeMore Hadley versus Desiree Perez case. I did promise on my most recent BJ Investigates that we would look into this. Specifically the papers that have something to do with me. Because, y'all, I did not know. I woke up one day to find out that there was a court order. There was a court order for my DMs. And guess who wanted them? The CEO of Rock Nation. Girl, I'm famous now. I'm famous now. I am famous. I don't care what nobody else says. I'm famous now. They're requesting DMs. And, like, I really do think that I should have been given the legal opportunity to object to that, to say that I do not consent and stuff like that. But by the time I found out about it, it had already been said and done. So, yeah, make sure if you're going to head out, click that like button. Thank you. Thank you. But I want to show y'all these documents. So let me go to Hadley. I have them all saved here. All right. So we'll start here on the actual gag order. This was submitted. Oh, it's 625. It's 525. Hold on. Oh, not the gag order. Excuse me. Not the gag order. That's not what I wanted. Order on discovery disputes. This was from the 1st. Same day that Lena filed for divorce. There was federal paperwork being filed in this DeMore Hadley versus Desiree Perez case down in the district court in Florida. So I'm going to take a quick look at this document here. Order on discovery disputes. Now, at this time, by this time, which was Monday, they had actually the day this hit the docket was Monday, but as you can see, it was signed on this past Friday, May 26th. And by the time this hit the docket, apparently, and I hadn't been following this case closely or really at all lately. But by the time this past Friday rolled around, Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, and her daughter, DeMore, had been going back and forth in court for the past several months over discovery and evidence. What does the plaintiff, which is DeMore, the daughter, at this point, what does she have to turn over? What's she going to be required to give over to Desiree and their side in evidence, stuff like that. Now, they've been going back and forth, fighting. And finally, the judge resolved these two final disputes here. Sheikh said Desiree Perez, the federal confidential informant since 1994, 1995. Now the Rock Nation CEO, Desiree Perez. Yes, one and the same. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, sir. Okay, so there were two issues outstanding. One related to Desiree's, the CEO of Rock Nation, her document request number 29 and her document request number 35. Okay, but as you can see, it's a very short little order. I'll just kind of skim through. The first issue doesn't really relate to what we're talking about, but I'll read it just for completeness. They had a discovery hearing on Friday, this past Friday. Today's Thursday, so this is almost a week ago now. May 29th, they had a hearing, and this is what the outcome was. Number one was Desiree's motion to compel or to force production of documents responsive to Desiree's request, number 29. This had to do with communications between DeMore, the daughter, and her private investigator regarding police activity regarding Javon Hadley's treatment of plaintiff or initiation of this lawsuit. Okay, so the private investigator communications. And this is from April 2024 through May 2025. Data repositories necessary was AT&T, WhatsApp, other social media platforms. Now, this is where it starts to relate to me. This is about further production of social media communications being granted. The motion is granted to the extent that the defendant, that's Desiree, seeks an order commanding DeMore, the daughter, and her lawyer to conduct a search. So just to be very clear, I thought that I was clear in the video I made, but people were seeming to still be confused on the issue. I did not receive a subpoena. That's kind of my whole point. I did not receive information. I had no idea, unless I would have been just monitoring this docket, but I wasn't. I have other stuff going on. The video that I did make about it on BJ Investigates, I did like an interview with Demore. It was like an exclusive interview. And that video got taken down. My channel received a copyright strike. I had to appeal it. Thank God that the appeal worked. But it was like a whole bunch of drama. And I just saw they were getting gag orders. They were trying to subpoena other people's messages. And so I was like, I want nothing to do with this. Like, I'm sick of living in a country where we have rights, but then they're not enforced. And these people with the money, they just get to basically take a shit all over our rights all day long, and it's like parasitic, infested with worms and corn. Okay, that's the Desiree Perez full of shit. That's what it is. And so I'm like, look, I have enough going on. I have enough legal lawfare going on. I'm waiting for my case to be finally confirmed and reaffirmed on appeal so I can be done with this bullcrap. And so I backed away slowly and quickly. Okay, I backed away. So I've been following this case. I received no notice that my DMs were even being requested. Notice requires certain things. Not just being aware of it is not notice. But I wasn't aware that my specific text messages, excuse me, not text messages. If any time in this video I say text messages, that's just a muscle memory word or whatever. I don't have text messages with Demore. It was all DMs. So Desiree, thank you for the $9.99. Desiree might need Hajmola. It don't make no sense trying to come for me. Yes, exactly. It's a billion views. It's only one of me. Exactly. She needs a Hajmola for the heartburn. I know, and I don't regret interviewing Demore. I would do it again. But after I did the interview, my video got taken down temporarily. My channel received a copyright strike. There, I have an editor that works on that channel. I need to be able to make a little bit of money on the videos that come out over there in order to like justify the channel being in existence. And when videos are getting copyright struck, it does harm me financially, especially when the copyright strikes are fraudulent. In my opinion, that's what it was. Now, I'm being very careful not to say that Desiree Perez copyright struck the video, because the truth is I don't know who copyright struck the video, because they did it from this Reed Smith takedowns at gmail.com. It's very weird to me that a law firm would be using Gmail. I don't actually think they're even allowed to do that, but I digress. I didn't really talk to Demore very much at all after my video was published. I don't think I ever talked to her again after the video was published, other than to maybe say, oh my God, Nicki Minaj tweeted you or something like that. Really, there's nothing of substance to get. There really just was nothing of substance to get. But the fact remains that what if there was some private information there I didn't want out? I didn't even get notice. I had no opportunity to even argue why I don't want my personal private text messages or DMs and stuff coming out. I just woke up one day, come to find out my stuff's fitting to be a federal court document exhibit. So before I had some DJ Academics type or some Poetic Flacco type reading my private DMs, they also requested other people's. And I don't know, maybe theirs has something in it they might want to find. Mine is useless. They're going to get absolutely nothing out of my messages. Absolutely nothing. We didn't even talk bad about Desiree one time in the messages. We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even talk about Desiree in the messages. Most of the talking that we did was on that interview. So, womp womp. But I do feel retaliated against. I do feel stalked. I do feel harassed. I do feel targeted for exercising my First Amendment rights. And if Anna Paulina Luna or one of them actually wants to get off their ass and actually do something, I'm happy to testify before Congress over it, because I think it's ridiculous. Also, this judge, this magistrate, Lauren Lewis, I mean, I don't know, girl. I didn't go to Fordham Law. So maybe they do things a little different over there. But where I went, to the Ivy League law school I went to, people have rights before their private messages come out in court. They have rights to reject or to oppose. People are like, oh, are you going to appeal? With what money? With what money? I already owe my other lawyers $200,000, $400,000. I don't even know. Well, how am I gonna appeal something that's already it's already happened? So now I get to go fight in court with Desiree Perez? Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, right. Makes sense, right? Yeah, sure. Anyway, back to this. So this is the order. It says Desiree's motion to compel, to force further production of social media communications is granted, in part. The motion is granted to the extent that Desiree wants an order commanding plaintiff, that's Desiree, that's Demore. So Desiree wants her daughter and her daughter's lawyer to do a search of a reasonable scope of documents responsive to the request for production number 35, which seeks communications between plaintiff and social media personalities about defendant Perez or this lawsuit. So when I found out that there had been this order put in place, I was like, I just read this just like y'all, right? This is the first thing I read. This was decided on May 29th, signed on May 29th, but and that was a Friday, but it didn't come out till Monday. So I go and look and I'm like, all right, well, what do you mean? Hold on. Production of social media communications. Conduct a search of Demore's communications with social media personalities about Desiree or this lawsuit. So I'm like, wait, which social media personalities are you talking about? It doesn't have a little footnote here. It's almost like it was being obscured, being hidden on purpose. Who? That could apply to any y'all could be social media personality. Who is the social media personality? And I thought, if this applies to me, for sure, I would have found out about it somehow. I would have known about this somehow. Somebody would have told me about this. I would have received notice, maybe from Demore's lawyer, maybe from Desiree, somebody. Compliance requires that Demore search and her lawyer search all message platforms available to Demore, including WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or other social media platforms that enable direct messaging. Desiree's request seeks impeachment material that may be discoverable. However, and this part's very important. Okay, so we all have rights to privacy. We're not supposed to be, looking over our shoulder waiting for some ditzy ass magistrate to just order our text messages or our DMs to just be public record, open field. That's not how it's supposed to goddamn work. That ain't how it's supposed to work. But anytime it's in Florida and Rock Nation or its affiliates, including its CEO, are involved, it just somehow stuff don't work how it's supposed to work. So on top of the fact that we all have rights to privacy, including me, no matter what my job is, I'm supposed to have equal protection under the law, no matter if I'm a social media personality or a jail warden, okay? I'm supposed to have rights to privacy. I'm not supposed to have to wonder if every text message or if every DM I send to somebody in the course of my job, by the way, to disseminate public information on an issue of public concern, a completely, unquestioningly, inarguably, not even up for debate, First Amendment protected activity. Gathering information to make it available in an issue of public concern, public importance, high profile individuals, issues of mental health, issues of hospitalization, forced hospitalization, conservatorships, alleged abusive parents. Rock Nation chooses the Super Bowl headliners. Okay, this is couldn't be more public concern. I'm allowed to talk about that and message about that without having to worry about the government being able to pry into my freaking messages. However, they add insult to injury here. The magistrate says, however, Desiree's bases, her two bases for believing that these documents that she wants, but that she hasn't gotten yet, her reason for believing these documents are important, are attenuated. That means weak. So my privacy rights are very strong. Your privacy rights are very strong, very strong. The government especially is not supposed to be able to pry into your private life, okay? Now, sometimes, even though you have a privacy right, there will be some compelling interest, like a very strong basis for overturning it. For example, if somebody is found to have sent or received cheese pizza material, inappropriate material of a child. I'm thinking of something very extreme here. Or, maybe there's text messages planning a murder plot on somebody's phone. Well, the government can get a search warrant, and if there's evidence, if there's strong probable cause there, they'll be able to get into that phone, even if we have a right to privacy. But that's because there's such a strong interest in investigating a CP crime or investigating a murder. So you're always balancing on the two sides of the scale, the privacy right or the other constitutional right of the person who you're going to basically try to infringe on their right. And then the other side of the scale would be the interest in a legal case or whatever. So this is not a criminal case. This is a civil dispute between two individuals, or I think there's a couple more defendants, but basically between the mom and the daughter. And now is getting dragged into, and I'm not the only one. We're going to read the list in a moment. But this magistrate is also saying, all right, I'm going to give you, Desiree, I'm going to give you all these private information, all these private DMs and stuff, but it is attenuated. It is your basis, Desiree's basis for wanting this stuff is weak. It's dusted, crusted, busted. The girl ain't making strong arguments, is basically what the judge said. Attenuated means something that has been weakened or thinned or reduced in magnitude, force, or value. Derived from Latin, the term is highly context dependent. And so in this context, Desiree has a very weak basis for wanting it. Now, originally, Desiree was saying, thanks so much to Ava, member for 1 month. It's ridiculous that they can just demand your personal messages for whatever reason they want. This isn't more important than privacy. I totally agree. Oh, I totally agree. This is a retaliation tactic, according to some of y'all. They're trying to use this to get the parties that gave Demore a platform to turn on her by exposing private conversations between her and the platforms. Well, it ain't going to work with me, because I didn't do not one damn thing wrong in those messages, and neither, from what I could tell, did Demore. All she said was, I would love to do an interview with you, and I would also love to do interviews with other people if you could think of anybody that might want to interview me. I mean, that was basically the whole thing that we wrote about. Other stuff was like, hey, can you send me the body cam footage? Oh, yeah, I want to send the body cam. Stuff like that. It was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong. There was nothing untoward. I live my life very clean, very respectable, very righteous. But still, the invasion upon my personal privacy is frightening, because I didn't even get told. If I wouldn't have come across this information on my own, I never would have known that my stuff was being turned over like this. That's crazy to me. That's crazy and violating. Thank you so much to 039D29 for the $49.99 super chat. I forgot about this case too, but it looks like my RSS feed did not. Easy to publish all AstroTurfs, sourcing, articles, hashtags, and dates in the last year to go through later tonight. Also, have one on the Duggars, Immobilier. I don't know what that is. Oh, Sasha. Good. Immobilium or whatever. And Wendy Williams. Thank you so much for that $49.99. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are the accounts you read yesterday the only two DMs you communicated with her on? Yesterday you said maybe TikTok. I don't log on to TikTok no more. I don't have access to that. So maybe I did, maybe I didn't. It was so long ago. If I did, it would have been more of the same. Oh my God, yay, heart react. Like nothing really crazy. I mean, they can try to get those if they want, but I don't have them. And it was 3. I actually read from 3 platforms. I read from WhatsApp, I read from Twitter, and I read from Instagram. And I published those fully public. I made one redaction of the whole thing, and that was a phone number that Demore had sent me, and I blurred that out. Everything else, public. Ain't nothing there to see. But I don't like this precedent that they've done set. They're compelling Demore to provide the communications, not directly from me. Exactly. So this whole attenuated thing, right? Originally, so what the judge ended up ordering, as y'all saw, was for Desiree to be able to get these messages for what reason? For what purpose? Impeachment. Remember we talked about impeachment a while ago. If you say one story here and you change your story somewhere else, then it can make you seem like a non-credible witness. Well, guess what? That is not the original reason why Desiree Perez wanted my messages. That isn't the original reason why that psycho bitch wanted my messages. The original reason she wanted my messages that she stated to the court. Now I think, this is my opinion. This is a belief. This is an opinion and a belief. This is an opinion and a belief. This is not a fact. This is an opinion and a belief. But it's my opinion and belief. Hold on. Because I'm not playing with this psycho lunatic. I'm not the motherfucking one. It's my opinion and belief that the real reason Desiree, looking like a man, need to get that Adam's apple shaved down before she does one more step toward me, Perez, the real reason, in my opinion and belief, that she wanted my DMs is because she wanted to retaliate against me. She wanted to punish me, and she wanted to cause me pain, humiliation, shame, or embarrassment for having the boldface, unmitigated, unapologetic audacity to speak out against her ugly ass. That's my opinion. Okay? And I'll tell her like I told that one girl that one time in the Chester County courthouse, I wouldn't like me either if I looked like that. I wouldn't either. So I can't even really blame her. However, it is my opinion and belief. The real reason she wanted to get these DMs from my inbox, the DMs that I had things to say about, is because they probably would really like it if they could sue me, if they could cause me pain, if they could cause me embarrassment, if they could cause me humiliation, shame, if they could get my shit took down, if they could somehow concoct some lawsuit against me based on, I don't know, whatever they thought they were going to find in those DMs, which was nothing. Trying to use me as an example. That's my opinion and belief. Okay, that's my opinion and belief. Now, that being said, what did Desiree's ugly ass actually her own self say with her encrusted, disgusting fingers that she typed on the keyboard, or her lawyer? This is the original reason that she wanted it. Okay, this is the original reason. This comes from document number 295, which was filed on the day before Christmas Eve last year, December 23rd, 2025. The title of this section, this is a Desiree Perez document. Information about social media accounts and interaction with influencers. This is like 6 months ago. Again, I did not know they were talking about this. I did not know. I had no idea. Plaintiff objects, so it's Demore. To be fair, she did try not to have to turn this stuff over. She's been fighting with her mom in court over this specific bit of evidence. And it's not just my messages, by the way. We're going to go through the list of all the content creators. But right now, I'm just going in the order of like how I found out about it to show y'all like how this information, how it wasn't really straight up. It took a lot of different, go to this one, go to that one, go to this one to figure out how I was even included in this at all. But this is requested for document number 35 and 36. Demore had objected across the board to having to turn this stuff over. Based on objections that were unsupported and do not justify withholding the documents and the communications sought. Remember, this document I'm reading right now comes from Desiree. So this is from the perspective of the CEO of Rock Nation, who should probably get her Adam's apple shaved down before she steps toward me another step. Anyway, so Desiree says the main argument that Demore makes to try to not have to turn over these DMs is that the information is irrelevant to the action. However, this information regarding social media goes to the heart of Desiree's defense. The court, so she gives some precedent from other cases. She said in this case, Desiree is entitled to her daughter's communications and entitled to information regarding social media and contact with influencers. Why? Why does Desiree originally say she needs this information? Well, for one, she wants to rebut her daughter's claims. She also wants to support her own affirmative defenses, like, yeah, I did do this, that, and the other, but it was for a reason. She also wants to show that she wanted to use these DMs to show that DeMore was acting with unclean hands. Basically, you can't sue somebody for something that you partially caused, or if you did something unlawful or illegal yourself, you can't sue somebody then for it. Also, Desiree wanted to use my DMs to show, in part, to show that DeMore was acting in bad faith and to show DeMore's, quote, true motivations. Okay, this is the original argument for why Desiree was trying to get these documents to be turned over. The true motivations, according to the Wicked Witch of Rock Nation, Desiree Ugly Ass Giant Ass Adams Apple Perez, federal informant pardoned by Trump, Desiree Perez, she claimed that DeMore's true motivations were to, quote, deploy a coordinated attack with content commentators to cyber stalk and try to shame Desiree's ugly ass and other defendants into settling. Let the record reflect that is absolutely in no conceivable way. It's actually insulting that this would even be implied, because nobody on earth, not my mama, can tell me what to do. My fiance can't tell me what to do. My loved ones can't tell me what to do. And Desiree Perez filed in court with boldface, unmitigated, giant ass Adam's apple, crooked ass, lazy eye audacity that I could be possibly told what to do by someone I had never heard of or met before that month. That's insulting to me. Tell me you don't know who I am without telling me, but you're going to learn. Oh, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. You're going to learn. Because I can't be deployed. The only one can deploy me is the Lord of Lords, the Most High. Your God that you serve, the God of that one. That's the only one that can tell me what to do. DeMore Hadley cannot deploy me nowhere. I'm undeployable. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. Sir. Anyway, so this is what Desiree Perez was trying to say. That content creators were working together to do a coordinated attack. Is the coordinated attack in the room with us? It looks to me like the crazy bitch that really needs the conservatorship because she's lost her damn mind is Desiree Ugly Ass Perez, if you're asking me, my opinion and belief. But again, it don't say which content creators. It just says communications and information regarding social media and contact with influencers to rebut claims and support Desiree in her attempt to show her daughter's true motivation, which is supposedly some non-existent coordinated attack. But again, it doesn't say who, which content creators. Now, ultimately, the magistrate, even though she did do something I believe to be unconstitutional with her Fordham law degree, maybe people that went to Fordham need to have extra tests before this is not the first Fordham magistrate that I've seen doing some questionable things under the United States Constitution. I'll just say that. Even the Fordham graduate magistrate did not agree with Desiree Perez about some coordinated attack. So at least there's that. But instead, it's just going to be used to basically try to show that DeMore lied, which I don't think is a strong enough interest to override my privacy interest. But again, what am I do? What am I do? Sue them? Appeal? I mean, it's done now. I mean, I already put the messages out. I don't really care about the content of the messages. Like, I would have put that on my own. But the fact that, like, I didn't have a say and I didn't have a choice, that's kind of not fair to me. I think it's illegal, actually. Actually, that's my opinion. Oh, I totally agree with this in my opinion and belief. They really are showing their hand with all these cases because, in my opinion, everything they accuse other people of doing is actually what they do. I agree. In my belief and opinion, I agree in my belief and opinion, in my opinion and belief as well. That's not a fact. That's my opinion and belief, but I do believe that in my opinion. Yes, I do. Okay. So who are these content creators, right? It's attenuated. She don't really even have a good reason for asking for it, basically, but she's going to get it anyway. So who are these content creators? Let me pull that up. Okay, this is Exhibit C to that other document we looked at, 295. This is Exhibit C. This was filed December 23rd, so the day before Christmas Eve last year. Very interesting. They filed this right around the time of the holidays, so we were all distracted. I don't remember any videos being made about it. And these are the things that they are fighting over, basically. The things that Desiree asked for and Demore did not want to give. And if you go down to page 11 out of 21, you will see request for document production number 35. So what did Desiree ask for? All communications or documents related to communications between Demore or Demore's lawyer on the one hand, and any media or social media outlet, social media personality, social media content creator, or social media influencer. So then that's not good enough. They had to do the hit, I'm calling this the hit list, the Roc Nation hit list. Now, just to be very clear, Roc Nation was sued in this lawsuit. Roc Nation got sued too. Roc Nation was accused of helping Desiree abuse her daughter, surveil her, all of that. However, Roc Nation got dismissed from this lawsuit. Roc Nation is no longer a party to this lawsuit. Roc Nation is no longer accused or alleged to do anything in this lawsuit. They have been dismissed from the lawsuit. But guess who is still the CEO of Roc Nation? Desiree Perez. So there's somewhat of an attenuated connection. But I want to be very clear. I am not making these allegations or any allegations at all, but specifically I'm talking about Desiree. The hit list, Demore docket. This is whose DMs they want. And now there's an order for it. Tasha K. Okay, so we know Roc Nation don't like Tasha K. Vegeta of Gag City and Vegeta Barb. Jaguar Wright. That's like public enemy number one for Roc Nation and Jay-Z. Xavier DeRusso or DeRosso. I think it's DeRusso. That's a respectfully Xavier. He did also, or Xavier, he did also interview. These are the people who interviewed. Not all of them. I don't think Vegeta did. But these are people that interviewed Demore. Xavier, Jaguar, BJ Investigates, and also ThatSurpriseWitness JD. Those are my accounts. And Milagro Elizabeth Cooper. We already know Roc Nation really don't like her. And also Tasha K and Milagro also have faced lawfare from these people before as well. And I have reason to believe so has Vegeta of Gag City. Jaguar Wright, interestingly, has never been sued by them from what I understand. Neither has Xavier. But look, right here, this is whose DMs they want. Demore docket, Tasha K. Stan account for Nicki Minaj on Twitter, Jaguar Wright, Xavier DeRosso, me, Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, NBC6, and ABC. Any information about this case, about Desiree Perez, about a possible order on extra, a gag order, any information that they were trading back and forth about gag orders, the order on extrajudicial statements that was entered in this case, the allegations raised in this case, or any of the defendants originally listed. So they were asking for anything, any message back and forth about Jay-Z, Roc Nation, not Jay-Z, she didn't sue Jay-Z, Roc Nation. They're just overly broad in my opinion. And I'm just still trying to figure out why nobody's lawyer thought it was a good idea to ask me if that was okay with my messages coming out. And then Milagro also tweeted about this. She tweeted after my video came out the other day, she's like, I'm just catching up on BJ getting her DMs requested and ordered by Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. She said, I didn't know I was in them documents either. So it looks like They didn't tell none of us that our private messages were about to be turned over. Now, if I had, money, I would absolutely be making their lives absolute living hell in court. But I don't have the money. I actually don't really have the energy either. And I haven't done anything wrong. I have nothing to hide. But I do want to bring light to this situation and shed light on this situation because I don't think it's right that this is allowed. I think that Fordham University Law School graduate over there, Miss Lauren Lewis, needs to learn about like privacy interests. I think she needs to go back and take a little refresher course on the Constitution and remember her oath before she just starts letting everybody's messages be put in the public docket. Because I was and have been engaged in absolutely, unequivocally unequivocal First Amendment protected activity. An unequivocal First Amendment, why can't I say this? An unequivocal First Amendment protected activity. You should not have to have the government rummaging through your damn underwear drawers because some other two people got into a civil dispute. And I'm pissed about it. Okay. It's aggravating. If they could do it to me, they could do it to anybody. Now, what I will say is y'all already saw my messages and that I had nothing to hide, but I do wonder if any of these others are afraid or concerned about what might be about to come out on them. I'll just wonder. I'll just say that. Hold on, let me send a text message. I need to send a text message real quick. That's the thing too. It's just so boring. Like the messages between me and Demore. Let me see if I can find them. I'll just literally read them to y'all. Hold on. Okay. So starting with the first tweet she ever sent, June 10th, 2025, would love to interview with you. I said, are you free tomorrow morning? Hello. Thanks for reaching out. We can hop on a call to discuss? ? I'm available tomorrow this time to this time. Yeah, I've been covering the Diddy case live, but it doesn't start till 1 p.m. tomorrow, so I have some time in the morning. This is what I said to her. Already was planning on using the morning to run through docket filings like the 2 motions to dismiss. The AstroTurf accounts are out on this. She said, would you want to do a pre-recorded interview? The live is harder for me in the morning because I work. If you prefer live, I can do a live anytime from this time to this time. WhatsApp me at this number and we can coordinate. I appreciate your support. I said, okay, I'm a WhatsApp you. She sent me a couple trailers. She had done, she did an interview with Jaguar Wright. She sent me a link to that. I didn't click it. I didn't heart reacted. Then I sent her a trailer to the interview. She said, I saw it and I posted it everywhere. It's amazing. Check your WhatsApp emails and Instagram messages. I was writing to you everywhere. Let me know when the interview is out so I can post it. Does that sound like a coordinated attack to smear and cyber stalk Desiree? No. Hey, I'd like to interview. Okay, cool. Let's do an interview. Here's the trailer. She didn't tell me what to say. She didn't tell me what not to say, nor could she. She ain't the boss of me. Thank you so much. Article 6 months ago talking about fringe internet creators taken down in 24 hours according to RSS feed on site called Media Takeout. Oh. Entitled Rock Nation Desiree Perez Exonerated, Trying to Help Daughter. That's interesting. That's interesting. Thank you for that $9.99. Why in a civil case can they demand private messages, but in criminal cases they have to subpoena them? I'm pretty sure they have to do that here too. I think I just had my rights violated and there's just nothing I can do about it. Yeah. The fact they don't think this many people could actually hate them is hilarious to me. Exactly. I don't hate them even. I don't hate them. I don't hate them. I'm just trying to exercise my right to free speech and give somebody a platform to talk about something. She didn't even have social media before this. She didn't even have a social media account. She said she didn't have Instagram. She didn't even have social media. That's one of the reasons that she was trying to get help to go on other people's platforms, because she had no voice, and she's going up against her, not only her mom, but very, very powerful woman in the music industry, in Hollywood, and in the business world, and in politics. She got, let me remind you, Desiree Perez, the criminal, was pardoned by Donald Trump, the president. Okay, this powerful woman, allegedly woman. I mean, girl, I don't know. So yeah, that was the whole thing. I sent her the trailer. She said, oh, I saw it. I shared it everywhere. Everyone is so impressed. My lawyer, my husband, you killed it. I can't thank you enough. Then pretty much the rest of our Twitter communications is just her sending me links to stuff she posted publicly. Like basically she posts stuff publicly and then just sends it to me. I didn't even like react it. I said on June 22nd, the same month that I interviewed her, girl, Nicki Minaj is still tweeting. Oh my God. She said, hold on, let me check. I don't see anything new. I said, they mentioned our interview in footnote 1 of their supplement they filed today. This is a year ago, June 2025. She said, oh my God, I saw that. Is Nicki tweeting again today or from yesterday? I said, oh, sorry, not today. Sorry, I meant like in addition to the ones we had already previously seen. Sorry, yeah, that's the same tweets. She said, oh, okay, you got me excited. But I am so happy that she spoke out. Again, she's feeling supported. After being isolated, she's doing nothing wrong. She said nothing wrong. I said, I sent you an email with the Bam Margera body camera footage. She said, thank you. I replied to the email. Again, she sends me another link to something she posted. And then she, on June 23rd, the next day, she did a spaces on Twitter. And she said, hey, my space just started. Do you want to come join? I didn't see it. I didn't respond to it. I never went on the space. I wasn't in the space. To my knowledge, I wasn't in the space. I did go on one of her spaces at one point. So I am keeping open a possible opportunity that I was in that one, but I really don't think I was. I think I just didn't see this because I don't be checking my Twitter messages like that. A couple other times she sent me links from public posts. So this is public posts, right? She's like, you post something publicly on Twitter and then you get the link and you go share it with the content creator. That's not collusion. I didn't like it. I didn't respond to it. I don't know if I shared some of this or didn't share some of it, but if I did, it would have been because I just saw it publicly. She shared a couple other public posts with me. She said on July 7th, the next month, about a month after I interviewed her, hey, message me. I just saw your tweet. I can help. Right. Okay. So I got copyright struck. The video got taken down. It got copyright. My channel got a copyright strike on BJ Investigates. Again, it was fraudulent. It was BS basically. And I don't know who copyright struck it. I'm assuming it was Desiree, but it didn't say Desiree. It said Reed Smith Takedowns. So I posted about it on Twitter publicly, not to Demore, publicly. And she said, hey, I just saw your tweet about the copyright strike. Message me on WhatsApp or wherever. I did not do so because I have familiarity dealing with copyright strikes. I was just going to go through the YouTube route first. And then, if I needed help further, I would ask her. Like, she has enough going on than for me to be coming and ask for help. July 15th, about a month after the video comes out, loved your video on YouTube. For Tasha, the reason Tasha K didn't get copyright striked is because she just posted the interview without any visuals. Yeah, because that was what it was, that my video had been copyright struck for some picture from the 4040 Club. She said, thank you, and call me if you need to about the copyright because we can help if needed. Okay, so the last message she sent me on Twitter ever. The hearing Tuesday, August 19th at 11:30. Please log in a few minutes earlier to ensure that we're all on time. I didn't know about that hearing. I didn't go to that hearing. Maybe I knew about it, but I didn't go to that hearing. I didn't attend that hearing. I didn't respond to this. So that was the whole thing. The whole thing. The Instagram messages were just about as boring. I sent her something about the Florida Shuffle. She said, who are they? I said, a guy who used to be on Jersey Shore. They're clowns. This is another grift. People go to rehab who actually need it. And then they become like rehab owners. Here, I'll just pull it up. The reason I didn't have it pulled up was because the other one had her number in it. But now we're on the Instagram one. So here you go. These are the messages. These are the messages Desiree thought were going to show. Desiree thought this was going to show collusion and trying to attack her. Let's see if we even mention this crazy psycho bitch's name. We barely even talk or reference her at all. Who are they? Guy who used to be on Jersey Shore? Clowns. This is another grift. People go to rehab who need it. And then they become rehab owners, likely because they realize there's money in it. And also because everyone thinks they can do it better, but rarely can they actually. Down the Rabbit Hole News would love to interview you. Remember when I told y'all she had asked, does anybody else want, you know anybody else that wants to interview you or could, want to provide a platform, whatever. She would love to. I just got confirmation. I'm rushing to get live right now, but if you're interested, let me know and I can do a group chat to put y'all, link y'all up basically. She said, okay, I've heard of the show. Who is she? Oh, the Jersey Shore show. She said, that's terrible. People profiting off of it as if they are experts. And who is Down the Rabbit Hole? Can you send me info to have my attorney review? I sent you all my handles on WhatsApp also. Because remember, I was making an interview video and one of the questions I asked her was, how can people find you? So you don't have to come on anybody else's platform. How can they find you? So she said, I had sent you that stuff as well, as requested. Message unavailable. I don't know what that message was. It probably was something she had posted and then had to delete, or she deleted it. Yeah, Rabbit was the only person who stood by me when I was going through my legal attacks. She said, thank you. I'm so glad somebody was there for you. Does this look like a coordinated attack? Does this look like a coordinated attack against Desiree Perez? Thank you. You killed it. The trailer is phenomenal. Thank you. This is it. She sent up this. She had posted publicly this body camera footage. So there you go. Still public. She had message unavailable. I don't know what that was, but obviously I didn't respond to it. I had posted a thumbnail here. She responds with 3 hearts. Thank you. Ooh, coordinated attack. Ooh, scary. She sent me that Nicki Minaj was tweeting about her case, which is crazy. Anyone would be excited about that. She said, oh my God. I said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. She said, I can't believe it. Hopefully she wants to connect. I would love to be on Queen Radio. I have so much info for her. Did she even say a word about Desiree? Does she say a word about Rock Nation? Nope. I would love to go on Nicki Minaj's show. That's it. That's the woo. Also, if you can send me Bam Margera's body cams, which is public record. Can you please send me the public record that you have? Yes. I think I can help him, but my investigation team told me to ask you. I said, yes, I'm out of town for the weekend. I don't have my hard drive that has that on there, but I can send it when I get back. You deserve to go on Queen Radio. I'm praying that this happens. The interview is doing great. More than 58,000 views in less than a day. She said, oh, perfect. The reason for wanting the body cam is just so they can see if there's any parallels to my case. And thank you so much. You have helped me tremendously and you did phenomenal on the edits and everything. You gave me my voice back. Remember, y'all, this video ended up getting took down, copyright struck out of retaliation, I believe. If you know anyone else who would want an interview with me, tell them to reach out. I'm not gagged, thank God, as of now, meaning for now, I can do interviews. And you'll see as this video goes on, at some point, she says, I can't do interviews anymore because I'm gagged. So it shows very clearly that she was aware of her rights and aware of her limitations once the gag order came into place, which to me, in my opinion, shows that she was trying to follow, and she did follow the supposed gag order. Perfect. I'm not gagged, thank God. As of now, thank you again. So I said, now it's over 60,000. I was very excited that I was able to get the message out to so many people. This is important to me. This is advocacy to me. She says, yay. Again, do we even say the word Des? Do we even say Desiree? Do we say Rock Nation? Do we say, yeah, let's get other people to make a video? And by the way, I did put Rabbit and Demore in a group chat together. I did put them in a group chat together, but the interview definitely never aired. And from what I'm understanding, never happened. They never interviewed with each other. Rabbit, I think that was the only communication of any sort that Rabbit ever had with Demore, because it was very shortly after. When I interviewed Demore, there was no gag order in place. When I published the interview, there was no gag order in place. After I published the interview with Demore, that's when the gag order was ordered by the judge. So there was no limitation on Demore's speech at all whatsoever when she met with me, nor whenever I connected her with Rabbit. So there was no limitation. Nobody was doing anything wrong. Nobody was doing anything untoward. Everything that, from what I understand, from what I have access to, everybody was following the law and exercising their rights. She sends me a clip of an interview that she did with Xavier. His DMs got subpoenaed as well, or ordered to be turned over as well. She said, look at Nicki Minaj's story and look at her Twitter. Okay, so that was June 27th. July 2nd, she says, hey, girly, the Gen Z attorney asked how he could contact you. And hey, shout out to Gen Z attorney. You can contact me at ThatSurpriseWitness@gmail.com or BJCLiveshow@gmail.com. He wants to collab with you. He asked me for an interview, but I'm gagged, so I can't. As you can see, I did not respond to that text or to that DM. As you can clearly see online, there never was a interview or a collaboration between me and the Gen Z attorney. It just didn't, none of that ever happened. So again, she's saying he asked to collaborate with you, or he'll ask me for an interview, but I can't do an interview. You know some stuff about it if you want, but is she telling me what to say? Is she saying, go over there to the Gen Z attorney and tell him my side of things? No, she doesn't even imply it. She just says he wants to get in touch with you if you want to collaborate. That's totally normal. That's our jobs, is to collaborate. So, or to get messages out in the way that we want. So again, she's not instructing me. Now, it will be maybe, possibly, perhaps a little different if I actually went over there and I did reach out to Gen Z attorney, which I did not, and I collaborated with him, which I did not, and I somehow took what Demore said and asked her input, which I did not, and somehow, I mean, even if I did all of that, I think that's completely within my rights to do, and I don't think that would have been improper in any way, shape, or form, but that never happened. Hey, someone wants to collaborate with you. He asked me to collaborate, but I'm not allowed to talk about this case, so I can't do it. So she's vouching. Like, I would interview with him, but I can't. She's following a court order. Again, she said this is the same message we already read from another platform, because she's basically, I guess, just trying to get in touch with me. I don't really check my DMs that much. Loved your video on YouTube. The reason Tasha didn't get copyright struck is because she posted the interview just of us talking with no visuals. And mine did get copyright struck, but it got uncopyright struck because I appealed it. She sends public record here. Okay, call me about the copyright thing if you need help. I didn't need help yet because I had a counterclaim pending. So I didn't need her help yet. And thank God I'd never needed it because it was resolved on its own because I appealed it. She sends me a public post. This is not evidence of collusion. She sends a public post, another public post. I didn't even heart react. I didn't say nothing back to it. And these are things that I posted. I posted this. I posted this. I posted this. And she just laugh reacted, clap reacted, and laugh reacted. This is the collusion. This is the scary coordinated attack. Ooh, okay, let's look at WhatsApp. Let's see what I've said on WhatsApp. Maybe this is where the supposed collusion coordinated attack is. Let's see. Hey. It's BJ, surprise witness. Figured better over here so we don't get fucking mirrored. Our iPhones cloned and hacked and mirrored. This is about the only thing that could be misconstrued as somehow talking bad about Desiree, which I've said way more worse about her today on today's live stream than anything I said in these messages. I figured it would be better to talk over here on this encrypted platform. Given the circumstances of your absolutely maniacal maternal contributor. And then look, details, logistics. We don't have to do a live. We can do pre-recorded or just a regular call. You want to talk first? I don't know, whatever you want to do. I wanted to catch up the other interviews you've done. I've been swamped with Diddy. But then I backtracked, right? I said, sorry, long-winded way of saying it's up to you, whatever you think works best. I'm free before court tomorrow. Diddy Court. I was covering Diddy Court at this time. So if you wanted to have a call or do a pre-recorded, this is like the first day she reached out. Then I changed my mind. I said, actually, let's just do a pre-recorded video. Because I start thinking, like, I don't want to be like bum rushed by trolls. I don't want, you know, something technical difficulty to happen. Like, let's just do a pre-recorded and then I'll put it up as aired so we don't have much interference. But look, this is what I actually literally said. Actually, I think we should pre-recorded. Tomorrow after 6:30 p.m. works if need be. I can get my editor to clean it up and make it cute. She said, hey, thanks for reaching out. Yes, I have been through a lot. No worries. I tell people laughing instead of crying has gotten me through all of this. I was sleeping when you messaged. I usually go to bed early. 6:30 p.m. is best, and I would love to do a pre-recorded thing. Works for me. We can chat before we start and then go into it. I appreciate your support. And the reason she's saying we can chat before we start and then get into it is because we don't know each other and we've never spoken before. This is our first discussion. Hats for Cats said they're probably more interested in messages with some of the other content creators. I completely disagree. Now, the messages with other content creators may turn out to be more interesting because I live in a righteous way, but they wanted my messages. They put both my accounts. They wanted my messages and they were hoping and praying. Oh, they were hoping and praying there was something untoward, some dastardly collusion. Here it is. Womp womp. Talking about a fail. Womp womp. I said, I'm very happy to help in any way I can. Let's plan to FaceTime around 6:30 tonight. I'll look through the rest of the court papers. I wanted to catch up on the court documents. And we can just get going. Exposing shitty parents and conservatorship abuse are two of my specialties. Ask Bam Margera's mama or Brittany's dad, LOL. She said that works. Maybe you can tell me about the Bam situation. People mentioned him to me, but I had no idea who he was. And yes, Brittany, I do know. Thank you again. I said, I'm going to send a link in a minute. I'm setting up the backstage. She said, give me 15 minutes. I just got out of work. I said, sure, no worries. On that interview, I asked her for these handles, which she did give. She gave her email, let me know who to send the body cams to. I said, how do you have them stored? These are logistics because, you know, it's hard to like send huge files of videos. How do you have them stored? Is it email? Is it Google Drive? Do we transfer? She said, I sent her my email. Thank you. Let me know when you're going to announce. Look, this shows she didn't even know when the damn video was coming out. How is this collusion? Let me know when you're going to announce the video, the interview, and I'll share it. Will do, I said. My editor just finished the first draft. I'm thinking it should be done by tomorrow. Things always come up, though. Random stuff happens. Technology, whatever. I don't want to jinx it. I have to watch through it. And also, we want to add some body cam. Remember, I was like waiting for the body cam. Look, I'm still, hey, did you get that body cam? We're trying to do the body cam. So this is the whole thing. Ooh. Ooh. That's the whole thing. We never texted. We do have a few emails. They look about like that. Same topics, exact same stuff. Send me this, send me that. What's your handle? Now, that's pretty much going to be what I have for today. I do want to send y'all, though, over because I have a new vlog coming out. So let me send y'all over there. So we can watch it together. It's a vlog. It's actually a throwback from several years ago, but never before seen footage. Okay, never before seen footage of me going to Canada. Making my Indian fiance try poutine. Okay. We're going to all go over there right now together. Thank you to everybody who gave super chats today. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll be back on here at some time, maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. We'll see. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Neither are opinions. I'll see you on my vlog channel. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye.